start this in for proper, shall we, this time here? Welcome back to the adventures of Mr. Naruhodo, potentially getting Susato takedowned, as said by people in the chat right now. Oh, welcome in on Twitch and welcome in on YouTube as well if you're watching this on the YouTube channel. Hello! This is usually a week after we have broadcasted this on Twitch, so hello from the past, I guess. If it's your first time watching this on YouTube and you enjoy what you see, want to see some more of them, you know all the usual things to do on YouTube. You leave a like, you leave a comment if you let me know your thoughts about everything, and if you want to subscribe and hit the bell, you can get the notifications of all the uploads that come forward in the future. We usually broadcast and record on the live streams a week in advance, and then they come up on YouTube a week after. So if that's your plan, you can check them out on Twitch, or you can check them out here. No problem whatsoever. So welcome back. It is Great Extraordinary Adventures time. We're going to continue right back where we left off. It is potentially the ending of episode 3, the Adventures of the Runaway Room. After which point, episode 4 should be getting started up here. So right at the end of last time, these two particular gentlemen came up and very angrily saying some things. In fact, we're going to have a look at our history and double check what they were saying about here. You will take the stand and make another testimony in reference to the indictment brought by the defense. Oh yeah, things got a bit crazy in the Old Bailey here. Got accused of a baseless accusation of... What are we accused? I don't know what I accused here. I'm forgetting what happened last time here. But anyway, we were doing a lot of things, and thus that got these people riled up, and they are now testifying here to what particularly? What was it called? Refuting the accusation of these two potentially giving bad testimonies. So, okay, let's see what they're going to say. Mr. Banker first. We were the only two people on that roof deck, dead or alive. I can swear to that. If anything that happened where we were sitting, don't you think one of the other two of us would have noticed? In any case, neither of us know the first thing about the victim. We had no reason to kill the man. The skylight was shut the entire time, I tell you! We couldn't possibly have opened it! If you're so sure the victim fell through the skylight, where is your proof? Oh yeah, we had a... okay, things are coming back now. We had a pretty crazy idea of how murder victim ended up in the cabin of the riding bus in the first place. We came up with a crazy idea that they came in through the open skylight on the top of the coach. We can have a look at very quickly and see. We can have a look at it there. So there's an open roof, not an open roof, but there's an open skylight. And yeah, we came up with the theory that victim fell on through the omnibus skylight and crashed on the floor. And yeah, the events happened from there. Alright then. I must say that on listening to this testimony, it is somewhat hard to imagine how either witness could have performed any malevolent act on this open rooftop deck without the other noticing forthwith. That's right, you see. We're innocent, I'll tell ya. Although logically, of course, the argument falls down if the two of you are in collusion with one another. What? Hey! Aha, Mr. Vampire Man, not Vampire Man. I remember you. According to investigations by Scotland Yard, the two witnesses share no common dealings. Ha! Well, I don't trust coppers any more than I trust the stinking rich. But something doesn't feel right here. The trial is going in our favor, really. So why do I feel so uneasy? Counsel for the defense, over to you. Your cross-examination, please. Oh, yes. Yes, my lord. So, this'll be fun. What have I got to try and pick apart here? If I had just literally, continued this from the last time, I probably would have remembered what I would like to try and find here, but Honestly. Since we had this few days of break, I'm honestly unsure. Let's just press and see what they say. Hold it! It's the only thing I can think to do and make sure of things. So at no time did the victim, Mr. Mason, climb up to join you on the roof deck? Absolutely not, Dickon! No question about it, he said. None at all. Oh, but yes, of course. I remember seeing them both. I saw the victim inside the enclosed cabin talking with this man here. Is this true, Mr. McGilded? Oh, dear me, my lord, at the risk of repeating myself, I boarded the omnibus alone and nodded off inside almost immediately. That's an outright lie. Without doubt you were engaged in... Let's me stop you there, fella, and ask, do you have any evidence at all? Oh. 'Tis all about evidence in the courts these days, so it is. You do well to remember that. Witnesses are arguing. I saw you with my own eyes. Oh, this is going so well. Oh, jeez, this is going so well. Don't you think one of the other rows would have noticed? I mean, would have y'all? Hold it! What do you have to say when I press you on this? So, hold it. Well, it was on the final run of the omnibus at past 10 o'clock in the evening. It would certainly have been quite dark. Perhaps too dark to see clearly. Is this some kind of a lark? Is this some kind of a joke, he said? Is that what this is? Or perhaps one of the other of you fell asleep briefly? Oh, you fair dinkum, sir! You serious? That's what he said? It's impossible, I tell ya! I'd give you the keys to the vault if you could fall asleep in that bitter cold. And if you did manage it, your eyelids would freeze shut and you'd never open them again. Okay, that's extreme. It was extreme, I tell you, and we had to put up with it because this man had locked the door. Any true gent would have unlocked it and let me in when I knocked. I'm dreadfully sorry about that, young fella. But you see, I was away with the fairies and didn't hear you at all. That's a lie! I saw you through the glass! You were talking to someone! No, 'twas a cold night, so it was. People do be seeing things that aren't real in the cold. 'Tis hardly surprising. Seeing things? Seeing things? Thank you. The judge is like saying, enough of this. And I believe we have reached an impasse here in this particular point. Now shut up, you two. You! Don't take it personally now, lads. If I was suspect in this case, then 'tis only fair that you and the other fiend are too. Open and free competition is what a capitalist society is all about. This isn't a competition I should like to be involved in, really. Right, I think two thingy-mabobs that really haven't gone anywhere, unless I might be moving things too quickly and haven't seen anything yet. Are we sure I didn't see anything actually when I go back to first testimony for a moment here? Skip. Dickon. They say nothing at it there, none at all, okay. Of course, I remember seeing them both. Is this true? Risk of repeating myself, I boarded it alone, nodded off immediately. Without doubt you were engaged in... Do you have any evidence at all? Yeah, I think I'm right. I didn't miss anything there. Alright. Third part, from you. Neither of us know the first thing about the victim. We had no reason to kill him, but did you? Hold it! So you'd never met Mr. Thrice-Fired Mason before? Oh, no! Not once, never! He'd never met the man before, he said! Never! And you, Mr. First, had no prior dealings with the victim either? That's right, sir. I just don't have much to do with the brickmakers, to be perfectly honest, sir. No, I imagine not. You'll see how many different ways can I put this. Neither of us have the remotest connection to the gentlemen who are inside the cabinet. Hello!
Excuse me.
Excuse me, Mr. Rich Man. Mr. McGilded? Yes, Counsel? What can I be doing you for? Did the witness's last statement give you pause for thought somehow? Not the remotest connection? Is that right now, I wonder? What are you insinuating now? Ah, Mr. Fairplay, it has been too long, so it has. Eh? Eh? If I'm not very much mistaken, I believe 'tis fast approaching, is it not? Your repayment date. I beg your pardon. You borrowed 20 guineas for me, sir. That's an inconsolable, I'm struggling to read this word. That's an unconscionable rate of interest. You tricked me. It's extortion. Damn. Well, now, is that a touch of begrudgery, is it? The sort of begrudgery that might motivate a fella to pass his crimes off on another? Ah! Oh. And young Mr. First. Me, sir? Would you want me, sir? You do be making hats for a living, do you not? That there top hat's hiding about on your head. Is that one of your own creations, is it? Oh, well, I'm still just an apprentice, you understand? I'm learning to find the perfect fit for whatever fine gent walks through the door. The perfect fit, is it? Tis a very, distinctive design, so it is. And many customers like it, I tell you. They like a distinctive touch. Customers such as Thrice-Fired Mason. Ah. There was a photographic print of the victim submitted as evidence of harm, my lord. Oh, this one, you mean? I can't help thinking that the poor fella hat looks, distinctly familiar, wouldn't you say? I mean, given that it's been very haphazardly stitched together from various fabrics. Or maybe that is just his own one. But if that's what you want to go with, let's go have a look at it. Because to be honest, yeah, haphazardly stitching together parts to make a fancy hat like that. That's one of my hats. Aye, that it is. So it would seem the brickmaker was a customer of yours. A sort of customer, I'd wager, you could have had a wee quarrel with over the distinctiveness of the goods. Oh, no, sir. Absolutely not, sir. Well, there's really nothing more to add. It wouldn't be right to say that the two fellas here haven't the remotest connection to the victim, you see. I rest my case. Why do I get, like, suspiciously evil undertones from you, mister? All of a sudden. You little weasel! Ah! Oh, he's better than this than I am. I may have accidentally hit the wrong setting. If he has anything before that, I'm sorry. Gosh, Mr. McGilded has certainly been thorough in his research, hasn't he? Please, don't let me little interruption hold up the proceedings. For having identified the what now? Hold, I want to read what that thing I just got. For having identified the milliner responsible for the victim's hat in episode 3 of The Great Edgestone Adventures. Oh, for basically just pointing out that the hat's wearing was in fact possibly made by our very excitable fellow pretending to gallop on a horse. Lady first. I wonder why. Why the horse racing moniker or the motif, the mannerism? I mean, to be fair, Lady First could sound like a proper, like, horse race name for one of the horses in the derby or something like that. Skyline was shut the entire time. I tell you, we couldn't possibly have opened it. Boom! Hold it! Are you quite certain about that? That the skylight was shut the entire time? I'm going to lose my block with you in a minute. He's gonna lose his rag with you in a minute. That's what he said. Look, I understand I understand some old-timey Victorian English. Like, it is my language, just a few years older. I don't need it repeating most times. It's fine. Take a look for yourself. Go on. Oh, you shouldn't have done that. You see, it's shut fast now, just like it was on the night. So it is. Of course, a fellow the size of Mr. Mason could likely break through it still and all. What? Just looking at the size of the thing, you understand. Oh, now you hold on there a minute, sir. The size of the thing means nothing. Not on its own. Let's consider the bigger picture here, shall we? Let's stop biting our cane, shall we? That's diamond and curses. You're losing teeth right there and then. I was riding the omnibus on another occasion when, I broke wind loudly. I shot myself with it as it happens. Why do we need to hear about this? This is an unexpected confession, Mr. First. Oh, I just meant to say, well, the point is to try to open the skylight, you see. But just my luck, I couldn't make it budge. The stench was terrible. Everyone was looking daggers at me, sir. I went as red as a rogue, I did. Are you expecting me to sentence you? Oh, no, sir. The point is, I might need to see a doctor about gastrointestinal stuff and, but yeah, the skylight can't be opened.
Right.
I tried and tried one inside of the cabin of shame. Ah, but our little pickpocket rascal has got something to say about it.
Excuse me.
Excuse me, little London scrounger. Do you have something to say about that? Let's try that again. Do you have something to say about that, Miss Lestrade? Oh, I've got to remember my Luke Triton say it and make it just a bit more like brighter pitched and Cockney-ish. Miss Lestrade!
It opens.
Oh, does it really, huh?
Oh, the skylight. That's what we're talking about, right? Huh.
Put the gun down, please.
All them skylights open. Dead easy.
More easily than you can load that weapon? It just occurred to me. You pickpocketed that gun from her lock, didn't you? That's a lie, I tell you. Otherwise, when I broke wind,
You can't do it from the inside, you mag.
Oh!
Look, a few weeks ago, I was up on the roof deck of one of them drags. And I had a great haul. I mean, I had purses come out my ears.
Mr. Starr, this is not the forum to be eulogizing on the subject of your criminal activities.
Well, anyway, I had a bit of a scare. When I lifted the last bloke's pass, he got wise to me. All four of them surrounded me so I couldn't hop off the bus and leg it. So what I did was, I used the skylight, opened the catch and jumped right through.
What?
Yeah, the catch named skylight is on the top side. That's why you can't open them from the cabin.
The skylight opens from the roof deck? Bailiff! Climb up onto the roof of the omnibus at once and verify this witness's claims. Go, invisible bailiff. Dun 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 dun. Oh, my hats!
See?
Order! 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 So,
It appears that this street girl's statement is quite true.
I don't believe it. The skylight opens. And from the roof deck. OMFG. Zo, my flipping god. Right. Exactly right.
Mr. Naruhodo! This could be the clue we've been looking for. Well, counsel for the defense, please continue with your cross-examination.
Yes, my lord. So, the skylight opens. Perhaps I should investigate it for myself. So I'd be able to do that now. Where's your proof? Okay. Okay, I mean, did we not just literally get it? Did we just not literally get it that the skylight opens? We can have a pin and... So the skylight was fastened shut before.
But now the catch has been undone, we should be able to open it.
And may we get a look-see peep-see from inside, since the thing is now open. Let's open the door and go inside. Because we should be able to see up top, shouldn't we? Aha! Proof positive. Proof positive that man bleeding out, possibly dead, fell in through the roof. Proof positive.
Yes. It does open very wide, doesn't it? Wide enough to kick someone like you through, certainly, Mr. Naruhodo.
Why someone like me?
Ah!
What is it?
Look, and just here. Look at this.
That's without question.
It's blood.
Why would there be blood stain there?
Surely. It can't be unrelated to the case, can it?
Details of the omnibus updated in the court records. The scene of the crime, there is a blood stain visible on the frame of the skylight when it's open. That would be what I can refute this testimony with, but for the giggles, let's do this first. See everything he's got to say. Proof. That's right, I demand to hear it. You're going to, don't worry about it. We came here to see what we saw, I tell you, not for this. But you call us both shysters. I hope that's shysters. Brand as all as criminals. You call us liars, that's what he means, and accuse us of doing it. As it stands at the moment. There is no hard evidence that incriminates yourselves now, is there? I believe we're in much the same position as one another here. Ah! Oh, if I don't crack his case soon, he'll crack his teeth.
I wonder if these two men really were involved in some way.
I couldn't say. I mean, I don't really know anything about them, do I? Although, by the same token, I don't really know anything about Mr. McGilded either. It's so hard to know what to believe here.
I think we should try to remember that it's evidence alone that can truly determine the outcome of a trial.
Evidence.
No one can argue against decisive evidence, including the members of the jury.
So you're saying that what we need now is to find a conclusive piece of evidence?
Yes, Mr. Naruhodo, precisely.
Don't worry, I got it. Don't worry, I got it right here. It's so conclusive. It's so absolutely conclusive. I think at this point here, I'm not even gonna bother to do a confidence save. Wait, no, I am, just in case. Because I'm allowed to. It's fine. Overwrite that one. Done. And then head on back. It's time to present updated omnibus reports.
Objection!
Objection! On the night in question, the victim was fatally stabbed in the stomach, and immediately afterwards, the victim's body was pushed through the skylight into the cabin below. Those are the facts, and the irrefutable proof remains clearly visible in the omnibus that stands before us today in this very courtroom. What? That's utter humbug. Ah, you can't possibly have any evidence.
No, you can't. I mean, we didn't do it, I'll tell you. It's impossible.
Irrefutable proof here in this courtroom.
Counsel,
My lord.
I believe everyone would appreciate a little clarification here, Where exactly within the omnibus is this evidence to which you allude? You will point out what it is that proves the victim fell from the roof deck right through the skylight.
I just literally pointed it out not 5 seconds ago. Just looking at the wrong side. It's right there, you see? It is right there.
Got it!
Got it!
By Jupiter! Is that blood?
Ah. Yep. Sure is. This bloodstain proves two things. Firstly, when the incident occurred, the skylight of the omnibus was open. What? And secondly, the victim was already bleeding when he fell through the opening.
Oh my!
And so it follows that Mr. McGilded, who was inside the enclosed cabin himself at the time, cannot possibly be guilty of this crime.
No!
Oh. Fiddlesticks.
Order! Order! Order!
Hold it!
Hold it! But the blood getting sprayed up there when the fellow was stabbed inside the cabin. Really? Unless it was a major, like... I would need a medical expert on this. Quote my friend Shadow. But my thinking of this, unless it was like, I don't know where in the stomach area there's like a major vein and artery that would like be able to spurt out in such a way when that happens. Like, it only would make sense to me. I know sometimes when it happens, like sometimes when you go for a blood test in your arm like that, and God forbid that the injection goes wrong. I know that because of the way that your heart pumps through the vein, all the blood through your veins and arteries, like through here, it can go out like that. Sorry for the graphic details, but it can go out like that because I've heard about it happening. Luckily, not happened to me or anybody near and dear to me. But on the very rare case where taking an injection there for a blood test goes wrong, that can happen. At least from there, so it could theoretically go like that. But I don't know about the same from your abdomen, your stomach area. Again, I need the medical expert to actually verify that, but yeah. So you're saying the blood could have sprayed up there when the fellow was stabbed inside the cabin? And only found its way to that one particular spot on the skylight. Sure, and that would be very convenient. Ah, yeah. Yeah, because I was saying as well, from a wound of that size, if it behaves in the same way as that, I think the splatter would be pretty, you know, more far spread. Yeah. And let's keep in mind that the skylight can only be unfastened from the roof deck. I can read, don't worry about it. I myself wouldn't have been able to open it now, would I? But there's no way to know for certain, is there? If the jet really fell for the skylight, I mean. Why don't you have a good look at the floor of the cabin between the two seats, Mr. First? 'Tis all too plain, if you see. There's the aftermath that shows the poor fella dropped from a fair height right there, so it is. What? No! But it can't be! It's all lies! Hold it! My fellow jury members! I think we can all agree that this is clear proof of the defendant's innocence, can't we?
I believe we can. Yes, sir. It's clear to me now where the filthy rubbish can be found in this courtroom.
So they thought they could pull the wool over my eyes, did they? I won't tolerate any of the guild carriages being sullied with blood. I won't tolerate it.
Oh, I always is you, that nice gentleman who gave us that delightful park, couldn't have done such a thing.
On three, then, everyone. 1, 2, 3.
Objection!
Objection! Oh God, Barak, what now? Where's your foot? Typing intensifies from jury number 4. Yeah, she's obviously the stenographer, right? A chilling performance, Mr. McGilded. Oh, and what you be referring to there now, Lord Van Zeeks? A bloodstain on the frame of the skylight. Such evidence is null and void. What? Why? Why that? For one extremely simple reason. That smear of blood never existed. Objection! What are you talking about? It's there for all to see. And it's clearly blood.
Objection!
Objection! I personally attended Scotland Yard's investigation of the omnibus. The officers involved went over the carriage with a fine-tooth comb. Ha! So I can state that with absolute surety. No such smear of blood existed in the carriage. At least, not until this trial began. But... are you suggesting, Lord Van Zeeks, that this stain of blood was... fabricated, my lord? Yes. And while this court has been in session... What?! Oh, there might have been a time where that happened. Yo. There might have been a time where that was able to happen. Where they had to take the, impromptu recess when the, smoke grenade went off in the courtroom. What'd be the reason for that then, I wonder? Oh, what a palaver. I must say I didn't expect such crude reasoning from a prosecutor of your standing, Lord Van Zeeks. But I'm Magnus McGilded, a fellow known all over the capital for his fine contributions to public life. I don't take kindly to slander, and I'll fight to the bitter end. Even if it's rolling off the tongue of the Reaper of the Bailey. Mr. McGilded, I realise that this is your first appearance in court as the accused. However, I am well aware of your involvement behind the scenes in a great many affairs of dubious nature. You're very adept when it comes to avoiding getting your own hands dirty. And each time it happens that a case you're involved in is investigated, you adapt the facts. Adapt the facts? What does that even mean? Hold on, let me drink to this first. Let me drink to think about this. When you wield a fortune the size of Mr. McGilded, however ill-gotten it may be, nothing is impossible. Tampering with evidence, manipulating the scene of a crime, bribing witnesses. I toast your ability to concoct the most convenient of stories, sir. Tut tut tut, Lord Van Zeeks. This will not do, to be sure. Will it now, counsel? Oh, no! I think it's fair to say this does all sound like a rather far-fetched excuse by a desperate man. The blood on the skylight didn't exist, you say? But if yous will all cast your minds back, is it not true that the omnibus had been in the courtroom the entire time? How could anyone possibly have put a smear of blood in it without the world and his wife seeing? Isn't that right now, counsel? It's true. The omnibus had been in full view the entire time the court has been in session. My learned friend. Huh? Here's to hearing your opinion on this matter in your own words. As you wish. Could someone have tampered with the omnibus during this trial? If you're asking me, I think... Are we to then possibly say... I don't know if we're gonna get, like, done in for this. During this trial, yeah. I think it could have been possible, because like I said, we took a recess during which time, because of a smoke grenade. It could have very happened during that time, if at any time, so... Let's swing at it. Let's swing at it, shall we say. As a defense lawyer, it's my job to advocate for the defendant as best as I can. But still, I feel as though there's something even more important at stake here. There is no evidence to suggest that the defendant did as my learned friend suggests. However, in terms of having the opportunity to carry out the alleged tampering, there is one possibility.
Oh? Good gracious! Explain yourself, counsel!
Yes, there it is. It seems my learned Nipponese friend has no intention of running from this deceit.
Deceit?
I'm sure everyone still remembers clearly the recess that we were forced to take. As a result of the smoke grenade fired by the witness currently in the stand, Miss Gina Lestrade. Bang. What is going on?
Be careful, Miss Naruhodo! Cover your face!
Bailiff, don't let the accused escape! Secure the omnibus!
I hereby call an emergency recess, bailiff! Ensure the defendant is in custody and clear the courtroom!
What a great flashback to complete whiteness. The courtroom was filled with smoke and everyone was thrown into confusion. All of us were made to leave the chamber. In that brief interval, under the veil of smoke and in all the chaos, it could have been possible to steal inside the omnibus. Are you wise? What should I say? Are you wise? What's you trying to pull, you rotten feckless gouger? Wow, feckless. Feckless gouger? You're supposed to be defending me. 'Tis a wicked plot. 'Tis a plot to undermine me, so it is. Objection. Whatever you think this is, it changes nothing. The facts are the same. After this courtroom was evacuated earlier as a result of the smoke grenade, a number of inconsistencies materialized in relation to the omnibus.
Inconsistencies? Such as?
To start with, the storage compartment underneath the rear passenger seat. When the police investigated the omnibus, this compartment was full of the driver's items. Secondly, we have the smear of blood on the edge of the skylight. As I have said, that was not present at the start of the trial this morning. Oh, I need a drink before we carry on. Give me a moment. Ah, that's good.
Unfortunately, Lord Vengeance, no one is able to corroborate your claims.
That's true. When the omnibus was first wheeled out, both the storage compartment and the skylight were shut.
Accordingly, I'm afraid to say, we cannot establish with any certainty if this evidence is the result of tampering or not.
Indeed, my lord. No doubt there was not a single person who saw fit to verify such things.
What do you think?
Sorry?
About the omnibus. Is there anything else unusual about the omnibus?
Goodness me, is there? That's why we're gonna need to have a look. Oh, if only I could, like, point this out. can always head back in and have a look. I'm not sure, nothing screams out at me. Bloodstain there too. Could there be something inside the handle that we're not sure of? Gotta have a look. Nothing in here is totally empty. Something doesn't seem right. Man, if there was something odd about it, I can't put my finger on it. What else? Just like, what else could be? What could be odd about it? I'm sure it's not related to it, but the other thing that's really coming into my head currently is... Obviously, I don't fully understand how they worked back in those days with regards to how people would get on and off. If it required them, if it required like passengers inside already to open it for them? I'm gonna go that maybe there is something still odd about it, but still can't put my finger on what it might be. My lord! Yes, Counsel? There is one further inconsistency. A mark that surely could not have been present at the start of the trial. What? What in the devil's name are you going to say now? If you dare to betray me, little Margaret, you better start watching your back. Objection! Silence, McGilded! The court awaits the defense's clarification. This trial keeps swinging one way and then the other. I have no idea what's truth and what's deception. What am I supposed to believe here? I shall have to ask you to elaborate, Counsel. Where exactly is this alleged mark that you claim appeared at some point during the trial? Let's think what it could be for a moment here. Potentially that bloodstain, potentially that bloodstain. Potentially that bloodstain up there. We're just gonna triple check there's nothing to say about it. No, just waiting there for two gentlemen to sit side by side, really. She would have to be seated in here. Yeah, I've read him say this before. Where he pokes at the impracticality of women's clothing like an absolute chauvinist. To me, right? I'm gonna have to mull this over, but it is a good time for us to have a break at this point, where I can mull over what we're going on here, and maybe have some bit of my parfait that's waiting for me here as a sweet treat. But yes, thank you for enjoying this so far. I'm sure that hopefully when we get back, I'll have a clear idea of what we need to say for this point here. For people in Twitch stream, it's time to take our usual ad break. Don't worry about it if you're watching this on YouTube. We'll cut right back into the thing afterwards. So I'll see you in a couple of minutes. It's like this music certainly doesn't put you on edge, does it? Hello, welcome back. I have had a chance to think about what the solution to this might be, and I might have something to go on moving on. But before we do that, it's a welcome to people back here in the Twitch stream, and it's a welcome back to you in the YouTube stream. I know this is literally carried on from the cut that I made, so you've missed absolutely nothing, but I hope that you are still enjoying the video. Leave a like and comment down below, subscribe and hit the bell if you want to see some more videos of all of my Twitch adventures coming up in this YouTube channel in the future. And yeah, how is it going? It says people in the chat. Celestia Muneko, welcome in. It's going fine. We are enjoying trying to figure out the sleuthings and the investigatings with Mr. Naruhodo. We are enjoying that so much. So, okay. we have a question to answer here that there's still kind of another inconsistency about the carriage and what evidence might have been planted during a time that most people were away from this, because this carriage was in the courtroom as evidence for all of the time. There was an incident that occurred that caused a impromptu recess, which we have determined is a time where the coach could have been tampered with, or evidence could have been planted in some way. And the only thing that came to my mind when I thought about this in the break is the fact that if Zeke's was saying that the blood up there never existed beforehand, before the carriage got submitted into this trial as a piece of evidence. I would think that the blood up there could potentially have a tie to that stain down there, like having it drip down from an open skylight. So maybe victim didn't even fall through in the first place? Or at least something fell down from here in the first place. Or eventually he fell down here in the first place. Or in situation... Look up. The only thing that can come to my mind right here, I don't know if it's the way the game's gonna go, if this is the right answer. My reasoning could be wrong, but it could still be the right answer. The stain up there could end up dripping and forming a pool down here. And take a look at the difference as well. That's stained in and obviously not so fresh, whereas that stain and that stain up there, markedly more fresh than what appears there. Maybe that could be the entire point here. So I think it to be, it's to do with this. Because if that one is fake up there and was planted, this must be like the same thing, either as residual from up above or just as a separate thing anyway. Oh, Marcus, greetings from Brazil. Welcome in from Brazil. Nice to see you. And I hope your day is good. Having a good day? I hope so. Meanwhile, I think it's this here, but we will confidence save. Wait, am I not allowed to confidence? I am not allowed to confidence save. Oh dear. But I'm pretty sure it's this. Because judging by, like, the appearances, like, that's clearly baked in and been there for a long time. This, markedly more fresh. I think it might be to do with this. We can have a look at it. That's blood, isn't it?
Is something wrong?
Oh, it's just, well, this blood stain is so obvious, that's all. And yet Van Zeeks has made no mention of it.
I suppose that does seem a little strange.
Ooh, pardon me. My voice mod isn't ready to put me into the thinking voice mode. Give me a moment. Okay, now it is. Why do I have such a bad feeling about this? Alright, if he's saying that, then this must be it. Okay, let's go for it.
Got it!
Got it! If we consider that the victim fell through the skylight of the floor in a cabin, you'd certainly expect to find signs of blood where he landed. But as far as I recall, this blood stain on the cabin floor was not there when the omnibus was first brought into the courtroom. Good lord! I mean, I never took the time to find that out, but I think that's what the game wants me to think. Oh, yes. I do believe you're correct, Counsel. Well said. Although as advocate for the defense, one might say that that was a very careless slip of the tongue. I believe that bloodstain on the floor is a decisive piece of evidence. But if the question is whether that evidence is genuine, or whether it was unlawfully fabricated by someone, I feel compelled to admit there's at least a possibility that the evidence is fake. Stunned silence. Ah! This trial is over. Mr. McGilded, I've done everything I possibly can to cooperate with the court, but 'tis all over now. But you're the defendant. 'Tis over, I tell ye! Ah, scary Irishman face. Memory, recollection, what people think they saw, 'tis all a nonsense. Facts are what counts, and the fact is that bloodstain is there, now! Man's going crazy. Well... And over the course of this desperate trial, long and extremely drawn out as it has been, that good-for-nothing Reaper at the Bailey has failed to present any decisive evidence at all. I'm scandalized, so I am. I thought better of Lord Van Seeks. Well, my lord. I must concur with the defendant. The unaffirmed recollections of an individual cannot stand as evidence. At this moment in time, the particular bloodstain in question is very much in existence. And in the absence of any credible method by which to prove its alleged previous non-existence, I regret to say that it would be improper for this trial to continue. Your lordship can't be serious. I'm serious. And don't call me lordship. Even though I am a lordship. Lord Van Zeeks, what is your position? I tried to make I'm serious and my name is not Shirley joke there, but... he would need to say, your lordship surely can't be serious. And then he'd be like, I'm serious. And don't call me Shirley. The prosecution, my lord, has no further witnesses or evidence to present. Very well. In that case, as I believe we have explored every possible avenue in this matter, I shall proceed to my adjudication. As a formality, I am of course obliged to confirm with the defense first. What formality?
As things stand at the moment, it would seem that Mr. McGilded will be found not guilty.
Yeah.
Which would mean we've won.
Is that really the right outcome here? Is it really alright for the trial to come to an end now, with all these unexplained inconsistencies?
Counsel for the defense, your closing statement, please.
Yes, my lord. The defense believes... could be guilty, or is innocent. I mean, that's what I'm fighting for all this time. It's all roundabout, and there's obviously a lot of unanswered questions, but that is what I'm here to say at the end of the day, isn't it? As a defense counselor. As if to say, my client did not do a boo-boo. It's innocent, but with a big asterisk. I think this is what we're going to say here. Here we go, then. As Mr. McGilded's legal representative... I can't breathe. The air in here is stifling. But I'm this man's defense lawyer. There's only one thing I can say in this situation. I believe the defendant, Magnus McGilded, to be innocent of the allegations brought against him.
Thank you, counsel.
Notice how his eyes don't necessarily look down to the glass. But there he goes, he actually takes a gulp. It can be done. Here's to you, my Nipponese friends, and the most abject closing I have yet to hear in a court of law. Abject, he says. Goodness.
Order! Order!
Oh, 'twas was a grand decision to appoint you as my lawyer, so it was a grand decision. I say that with a big asterisk still, mate. You've saved one of London's most influential gentlemen, fella. You should be proud of yourself. Here, have this for your troubles. Could you not throw them into my face? I'm still thinking that this could be a 3DS game, and I have the 3D filter turned on. Ah! Your job here is done, fella. And some fine work you've done, so you have. What do you mean? 'Tis just as the right honourable gentleman so succinctly put it afore. The trial can't go on anymore. And your closing statement there was... how did he put it now? Nothing more than a formality. I really don't know what to make of all this. Was the evidence we've seen genuine, or was it fake?
His lordship would be fuming. Any unsightly rubbish should be disposed of promptly, as I said. The stinking rich are always guilty of something. You mock my words. I feel terribly ashamed that I ever doubted that lovely man who gave us the lovely park.
Now that proceedings have unfolded in this way, I am compelled to declare a premature end to this trial. Furthermore, the court must accept the defendant's plea. I thank you kindly, my lord. I hereby pronounce the verdict of this court. Objection! But we still haven't determined if the bloodstain in this omnibus is genuine or not. We don't know if the witnesses are telling the truth or a pack of lies. We have no idea about the truth. Lord Van Zeeks. My lord. The case made by the prosecution was flawed, plain and simple. If indeed the omnibus presented as evidence was tampered with, the prosecution is at fault for allowing such a disgraceful perversion of justice to take place. He's taken this very well, it looks like. My sincerest apologies, my lord.
Objection!
Objection! But wait! When we were evacuated from the courtroom, Lord Van Zeeks ordered the evidence to be secured. I am afraid the prosecution cannot shun responsibility in this matter. That's so unfair! The culpability of the defendant has not, at the present time, been established by this court. Consequently, the jury will not be required to proffer judgment. What? Well, Lord Van Zeeks, it's been a pleasure, so it has. And that's for you, my dear fella. I couldn't have asked for a better defense. Do you mean to tell me this has been a grand waste of time? 'Tis the law of the land, my good man. If you'd like to pursue this matter further, you can always go ahead and try and change the law. Magnus McGilded. Oh, good grief! You've more to say, have you? Just one thing. A warning. This is far from over. Well, something to be looking forward to then. I hereby pronounce the defendant Magnus McGilded not guilty. Confetti, but... Who ordered the fireworks to the Old Bailey? More fire hazards! Man, I'm glad when we got to the present day, they did away with this stuff in the Old Bailey. I can't believe it!
This is an outrage! You should have examined the evidence more!
What are you talking about? That man's been cleared. He's innocent. The one time, or one of the one times in the entire case where a thing comes out, and it's the result you wanted, but in the game itself, it's sort of like, ooh, is it really what we wanted? This is interesting. With the courtroom in pandemonium for the second time that day, the judge delivered his verdict. And my first ever trial in Great Britain came to an abrupt end, with the defendant being found not guilty. Ostensibly a victory for us. Ostensibly so. Dun 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 dun. What would happen if you picked the other option? Well, there was a you saw my my chances, my lives in the top left corner when I top right corner when I had that decision. I think it would just cost me a one little blip of bang there, take it. As a bit of a thing to say, like, go and pick the right answer. There might be some funny thing to say in there, but I was pretty sure that I had to say that as a defense attorney, I am to maintain as best as I can until irrefutable evidence comes my way to say that my client is innocent. I'm obliged to say that if I was to be a real defense attorney. So, I mean, you could be curious. If it only cost me like one penalty point to do so, and not all the penalty points, because sometimes the game can do that. I've read about. Sometimes the decisions you make are so like poignant and such that if you were to choose the right answer, that is an immediate game over, as it were. So mayhaps. I don't know if it would have been there for that case. I only saw one of the little life icons flashing, so I think that wrong decision there would have only cost 1 point. And you could very easily said, like, go back to the correct answer, as it were. But yeah, sometimes the entire game can hinge on a decision, and if you get that decision wrong, it'll end the game there. So, that can happen, but I don't think it would have happened there. Anyway, the 18th of February, 5:14 p.m., the Old Bailey Defendant's Antechamber.
That certainly was a long trial.
Yeah, it was.
Your first ever trial on foreign soil, and your first victory. It was a wonderful performance. My heartfelt congratulations.
And to you, Mrs. Sato. Thank you for your assistance. I suppose we should be happy. The trouble is, we're still completely in the dark about what actually happened.
Well, we didn't have enough time.
But isn't it wrong? I mean, who was actually responsible for Mr. Mason's death? We don't even know that.
The sole aim of the defense is to obtain a verdict that exonerates the defendant. You carried out your duty to perfection.
Aye, that you did. Mr. McGill did. Oh, and that girl is with him too. Well, it seems the stories are true. Oh, what stories? About the 6 enormous fireworks they do be letting off when there's a verdict and not guilty. I'm sure yous must have seen them now. Spectacular, wouldn't you say? Fire hazard, I'd say. But yeah, definitely. I'd heard it was a sight to behold, and to be sure it was. And I've you to thank, I suppose, for having an opportunity to see it. Oh, I don't know about that. I'm not sure I really did anything. Oh, what on earth are you saying, fella? How did I walk out of there a free man then? Because you're a very unscrupulous fellow who's got money on his hands. I don't think it was so much thanks to me as down to your planning. You're a straight-talking fella, aren't you? I must say, you had me astray in the head there once or twice. But you're young and headstrong! Oh, 'tis water under the bridge.
Congratulations, Mr. McGilded, on having your name cleared.
But nothing's resolved. There's only one thing that matters to me. Oh? Aye. They've all seen that I didn't do that odious and abstinent deed. 'Tis grand, is it not? I suppose it is. Now the fine fellows of Scotland Yard can take matters in hand and sort out any wee details. They'll see it for what it is. They'll get to the truth. I've absolute faith in them, so I have. After all, I do be providing a good number of their wages with all the taxes I pay. It's really not that funny. So then, as we agreed aforehand, 1,000 guineas for your troubles, fella. Oh, no. I couldn't possibly accept that much. Arr, be whist! You're a humble person, are you from the east? Well, if you insist. But have this still and all, you deserve a reward. Mr. Magnus McGilded. Everything is ready, sir. If you'd like to follow me into the courtroom. Into the courtroom? What's this, officer? 'Tis sooner than I was led to believe. I hope it's not inconvenient, sir. There were some changes to the schedule. Can we steal his hat? I mean, the hat could be worth like the 1,000 guineas he'd pay me in of itself. Well, yeah, we'll take the money, but can't we take the hat? I'm sure it's priceless and anything like that. Right? Well, I must be making tracks now. 'Tis time for the inspection. Sorry? What inspection? They're going to examine the omnibus again, so I'm told. I asked if I could be present for it myself.
They're going to examine it again? Now?
Naturally, I'm under no obligation to take part in any more of this matter now. But as an upstanding member of London society, I'm doing my best to help where I can. 'Tis a gentleman's duty, so it is. So then, fare thee well. 'Twas an absolute pleasure meeting yous. I hope you have a whale of a time while you're studying here in Great Britain. And he was never seen from again. And there he goes. A free man. Oh! Man, I completely forgot she was here too.
Don't move!
Whereas I want to say, get a move on. It would just take forever to load that thing. Mr. Strahd, would you mind putting that thing down?
You're a grown-up.
Sorry?
No, I hate all grown-ups.
I don't know who this could be. Completely neutral voice until I know who it might be. Ah, there you are! Oh! Hello! I'm smitten. Look at her. Absolutely look at her. I'm smitten. I've heard about this character as well. Yes.
Naughty, naughty. Running off like that.
Is this some kind of picnic? Who's this little girl now?
And taking that with you as well? I was looking forward to the trial run of my experimental smoke grenade launcher. Ha! Oh, do you want to play? You won't beat me.
Excuse me? But who are you?
Oh, good day to you. I'm, well, the inventor, I suppose, of that machine.
The inventor?
Well, normally, normal smoke grenades are so dull, don't you agree? White, white, and more white. If you had to be shredded in smoke, it could at least be a pretty colour. I thought so myself.
Do we have to be enshrouded in smoke, though? Like, at all? I like the hair, too. It's a bow tie at the back, and it's really adorable. I love it.
I just took my eyes off it for a moment while I was changing onto a different omnibus, and she pinched it. Luckily, I I fitted it with a telegraphic beacon.
What's it now? I have no idea what this girl is talking about. Her pouty as well, which is like, I'm not happy with this person.
Anyway, you're coming with me now. Back to my laboratory.
What?
What for? To apologise, of course, silly. To my technician.
What?
You mean, say sorry? You must say sorry when you've done something wrong. Surely an adult have told you that before. An adult? I don't listen to adults. Come along then. Follow me. Fine. Have it your way. Oh, good. You see, I knew you'd want to do the right thing in the end.
I'm fairly sure that's what she would want. Well, what she wants is not to get shot by that massive gun of yours. So, of course, she would have to say yes.
We'll be leaving now then. Bye-bye. I'm so sorry for all the fuss.
I still love the hair. Wow, she was a lively one. Huh.
Well, do you perhaps think we ought to be on our way now too?
Yeah, you're right, but where to?
Oh!
We haven't had time to find a place to stay. No sooner had we arrived in London than we had to rush here. All our traveling cases are still with the bailiff.
I was originally planning to spend a day in search of lodgings.
But at this late hour in the day, I'm afraid we might be out of luck.
Don't worry though, I have a plan. If the worst comes to the worst, I've heard of a lovely park where we could spend the night.
Please tell me you're not thinking of McGilded Park.
I know it's maybe a little chilly at this time of year, but our youthfulness will see us through.
I'm not so sure about that. I think a midwinter London night will freeze a young person's soul just as easily as an elderly one.
Oh dear, that doesn't sound agreeable.
Now I'm starting to regret turning Mr. McGilded down. That 1,000 guineas would have paid for a lovely warm room, or a mansion. Yeah, I would have... Why do they always have guns in the buildings? Your guess... Really, your guess is as good as mine is out on that one. Spare me a moment. Alright. And so... The trial to determine my worthiness for the study tour was over by the end of our first day in London. However, as we were soon to learn, there were more trying times ahead. Just as the Reaper of the Bailey had warned, the case was far from over. I wouldn't know really, yeah, different times, yeah, there have been different laws in place where, with regards to, maybe that kind of thing. I mean, they're probably still, like actual deadly firearms probably would have been, not allowed in courtrooms at the time, at that time. But then again, none of us were around in Victorian era London, let's be honest. And I have not remembered enough of my history study to do that. Just the rule of eternity, comedy and chaos, yeah. There's always comedically large cannons that aren't really deadly, they're just very elaborate, and they do very elaborate things, like in that case, it was a big smoke grenade. So yeah. It's Ace Attorney. That's what we've got to accept, basically. Alright then, but that is an ending, I think, to case number... episode number 3. Or is it? Oh?
Water! Bring water, quick! What the... How did this happen?
Oh!
I don't know, sir. By the time I got here, it was already engulfed.
No one was supposed to be allowed in here before we started investigating.
Oh!
No. Oh, good God. There's someone in there. Oh. Oh. This can't be.
Oh, the voice, the judge of the... Okay, the judge has an accent in this voice, in this dub, doesn't he? See what I said? You see what I said? I'm gonna be joking about this. You see what I said? You see what I said about those scales? About those scales that had the fire on them, the braziers, fire hazard in the Bailey. Look what happened! Look what happened! Dear me. Okay, what is the bet? What is the betting that the person they found inside of that thing was Mr. McGilded? What is the betting? I would happily take bets now if he'd like. Shaking my head. Shaking my head. I know, it was a terrible thing to say. I know! But like I said, there's a reason why we don't have fire in the Old Bailey nowadays, I think. Everybody's just like, oh, no. Oh, good lord. Though it was truly a fire hazard, that indeed it was. Okay, yeah, it says save your current predator. It did say end in the corner, so bear with me as we update the information on the title, because we are now going to be starting case a la episode 4 right now, so I'll update the details on the stream title. There we go. I blame the fireworks. They had everything. They had braziers, lit braziers. They had fireworks when the thing when the verdict was read out, with very flammable confetti coming in. It was a melting pot of just bad things waiting to happen. Definitely. Definitely so. Definitely so. Yep. Save current progress into the new slots, because we will start slot 4 for case number 4. That just makes the most sense to me. The Adventure of the Clouded Kokoro. Clouded Kokoro. Is that to mean like kokoro as in the Japanese word for heart? Or what can be used as a word for heart? Or is kokoro like some kind of treasure of some description? This could be interesting. Go on then. Let's start. Episode 4. The Adventure of the Clouded Kokoro.
I begin to think, Wilson, said Sholmes, turning his head languidly in my direction, that there is more to this case than that which we have observed. Indeed, that there may be another part to this story that we are yet to discover. His eyes wandered, following the steam rising from his cup of herbal tea.
Herbal tea? Oh, that sounds
leading
nice right
him
now.
To the distant memory of that snowy evening. To the young lady collapsed on the pavement along Briar Road, and to the knife in her back.
Oh
Yet
no.
in the soft glow of gas lamps, a most extraordinary scene had been set. And under the cover of a light fog, the curtain had risen silently on the insoluble mystery of our invisible killer.
Oh. You think you know this one over here. Okay, spoil nothing. Spoil absolutely nothing then. As we continue and start case 4. 19th of February, 9:47 AM. British Supreme Court, Lord Chief Justice's office.
Did you sleep last night, Mr. Naruhodo?
No. Not at all. I summon Hedgie. I was gonna say, yeah, they're Callie emotes, aren't they?
Yeah, Callie!
I like Callie around here. I don't get the chance to watch nearly as often, but I like a Callie around here, absolutely.
It was an enormous hotel, wasn't it? The rooms were so luxurious. I felt like we were staying in a palace. And with all the gaslights twinkling, it was brighter than day, even in the middle of the night.
What about the enormous beds? After my time on the SS Buria, I wasn't going to waste a single inch of that space. I spent the entire night rolling from one side of the mattress to the other.
Oh yes, it really was the sort of night you can only dream of normally. Except, when I learned that we owed £3 for the rooms, that dream quickly turned into a nightmare.
Oops. Sorry about that. The building was so impressive and the entrance so inviting, I just wandered in without thinking.
In a lodging house in Japan, that sort of money would put a roof over your head for a whole year. I did try, but I'm afraid I couldn't help my tears when we presented with the bill.
I really, really am sorry.
Well, never mind. We must find some more affordable lodging straight away, though. If we're not careful, our entire stipend will be used up in 10 days or less.
Oh, London is a scary and expensive place. Mr. Head Honcho? What was your name again? Stronghold? Stronghold. That's his name because it's pun on Maelstrom. Ah, good morning to you at this early hour. Yes, it is. Hello. Oh, yes, we, well,
And good morning to you, Lord Chief Justice. We have come to report on the outcome of the trial at the Old Bailey yesterday.
Susato-san is amazing. She doesn't bat an eyelid, even in the presence of the imposing Lord Strongheart. Yes, I believe you had a very comprehensive initiation into British courtroom practices. Oh yeah, it was very eye-opening. Thank you.
And, in accordance with your instructions, Lord Strongheart, Mr. Naruhodo performed his duty to the end.
Yes, I've already been apprised of the events. You conducted a remarkable defense. You may consider the test passed. Oh! No longer are you a student from the Empire of Japan. You may henceforth claim to be a fully fledged lawyer. My country is delighted to welcome young talent from such a remote eastern land. Oh, thank you very much. So, I'm a lawyer now. Now, in view of your new appointment, I have a fresh case in mind for you. I'd like you to take it on at once. I trust that won't be a problem. Another case? Already? Nothing trains a lawyer better than practical experience. I'm sure I don't sense dissatisfaction, do I? It's just that yesterday's trial ended unusually. I haven't quite come to terms with it. What to come to terms with? The man was cleared. What more were you hoping for?
The culpability of the defendant has not at the present time have been established by the court. Consequently, the jury will not be required to proffer judgment. Well, Lord Ventix, it's been a pleasure, so it has. And as for you, my dear fella, I couldn't have asked for a better defense.
But yeah, as I have made a bet to in my own head, with the fact that the omnibus then got set alight, I think Mr. McGilded'd be like, he dared. I think that's what happened to him, burnt alive in the omnibus while we was looking inside it for the post investigations. Yeah, I just can't help wondering if Mr. McGilded really was innocent.
Mr. Naruhodo!
It's just that I never managed to ascertain the truth. And then the trial ended. Well, you needn't let it trouble you for a second longer. Sorry?
What do you mean, Lord Strongheart?
Magnus McGilded passed away, immediately following the trial.
No!
What? Called it, didn't I? Burnt alive whilst in the omnibus. Mr. McGilded is... dead? Are you just keeping a lot of pigeons in the back there? Is that what I'm noticing? Does he like his birds as well, does he? I have 19 minutes and 41 seconds until my next engagement. Time enough to talk. I roughly have about that time until the next ad break, so that kind of works out. Haven't we already examined everything in the room? I mean, we could do it again if I desperately wanted to, but I really don't think there's much else to say. Let's have a look. About 7 details, they go from floor to ceiling. I've Yeah. It's a very bad dream, because I don't know how to read them. France, Germany, Spain, Holland. What about Russia? I was wondering about asking the Lord Chief Justice how you'd say wardrobe in Russian. What do you think? Yeah, I've made that joke before. It's a thought best abandoned. I mean, I'll pick them all up again, just in case there might be like a silly achievement to it, like examine the Lord Chief Justice's room again, even though you've already done it before. As a part of case number 4. Yep. Oh no, wait, that's a save. Don't want to I actually don't want to turn on autoplay, because it's quicker to do it through here. Is it? Is it quicker? I really thought there could be a button where I could just skip the text forward if I ever wanted to. But yeah, I'm not reading the text again because I've already technically read it as at the beginning of episode 3. It is the Lord Chief Justice, it says, made of marble. As I said before, not made of mahogany. That is a true mark of a well-appointed desk. Made of the strongest mahogany. That's for all of you TFS fans out there, Team 4-star. Dragon Ball Z abridged. Then we get a look at the clock face, because we're inside. Like what? Are we inside? What I want to know is like, is there another giant clock in London that I'm aware of, or are we actually setting up shop inside the clock tower of the Tower of the House of the Parliament, where Big Ben is? Assuming about the precise rhythm, just fall asleep to it, and yep, okay, that's everything in here done too, because we can't examine candelabras. We're done. We're done here. Time to talk. Don't waste any of our time. I don't understand. What happened? How could he be dead? After the trial concluded yesterday, there was a great commotion in the Old Bailey. As you'll presumably recall, an omnibus had been wheeled into the courtroom. Yeah, of course. That was the scene of the crime which Mr. McGill had been accused of. Precisely. Well, while the bailiff's attention was diverted by some other matter, the omnibus went up in flames. No!
How could such a thing have happened?
That is being investigated as we speak. But already, the police have identified a corpse found inside the charred shell of the carriage as that of Mr. McGilded. That's awful! The man must have slipped inside whilst the bailiff's attention was elsewhere. Man, that bailiff really needs to pay more attention. Okay, this is a joke from a game that we'll get to in this series, but this is why I like to think of my Mr. Meekins voice. Mr. Meekins of the old-timies in this Old Bailey courtroom be like, you don't pay me enough to keep my attention, sir. That's my headcanon Meekins voice. And I'm sure we will see Meekins later in some of the other games.
And how could that have happened?
That is also being investigated as we speak.
Thinking back now, immediately after the trial, Mr. McGilded did mention going back into the courtroom to look at the omnibus.
Oh, we're flashing back again.
Well, I must be making tracks now. 'Tis time for the inspection. Sorry, what inspection? We're going to examine the omnibus again, so I'm told. I asked if I could be present for it myself.
An inspection of the omnibus? Not to my knowledge. I don't believe Scotland Yard had any intention of re-examining the carriage. But then who was Mr. McGilded talking about? Never mind that now. The Yard is making a thorough investigation. This matter is no longer any concern of yours. Leave it to the police.
Poor Mr. McGilded.
Yes, indeed so. conversation about the British court system. So, how did you find your first taste of our country's Supreme Court? Oh, well, I don't know. I mean, it was... Wow, so many fire hazards!
Mr. Naruhodo means that the whole experience was steeped in the solemnity of Great Britain's long history. It's really a world apart from our own judicial system in Japan, which is only a few short decades old.
Wow, Susato-san has such a way with words.
And you seem to have a way of failing to find the right ones.
Good! Read my mind, why don't you? The judicial system here is the most advanced in the world. Learn all you can.
The most advanced in the world, is it?
Doesn't necessarily state the right direction for good law, but there we are. It was fortunate that your very first trial was a simple affair. Far from simple! Thank you.
Simple?
Thank you. Susanna says exactly what I'm thinking.
That was simple?
As I believe I mentioned yesterday morning, it was a trial you couldn't lose.
I don't mean to be contrary, Lord Strongheart, but the case was anything but simple.
The circumstances of the case were so incriminating, I was stunned when I first heard them. In fact, I'm still finding it hard to believe that we managed to get a favorable verdict. Is something funny? No, my apologies. However, the fact is that you did receive the not guilty verdict you set out to achieve. And that can only be attributed to exceptional talent. Would you agree? Well, I don't know about that. Jesus, Ryunosuke, take a compliment. Man can't do it. Well, never mind. You exceeded my expectations, I freely admit. That much, at least, is an undeniable truth. Which is precisely why I have prepared a new case for you that I mentioned before.
Well, what's going on? What was he gonna say before?
Also, let me bring up something that we are going to see in a future game when I get around to it. And this is something that I do know because I have seen a friend group play it. When he said, you set out to get the verdict and you got the verdict. That's very the ends justify the means thinking, Mr. Not Aristotle means. We'll get to that game at some point. It's gonna be a trip, I think.
Could you perhaps give some more details about the new case you mentioned?
Don't tell me. It's a murder and the trial starts in 10 minutes.
Don't worry, it's nothing so alarming or quite so urgent as your last assignment. In fact, this case is completely different. Oh, I see.
Did he just read my mind? Man, everybody's good at that somehow.
That is to say, no one has died as yet. Oh, really? And the trial will not be today. There is plenty of time to research the case thoroughly. 23 hours, 43 minutes, and 19 seconds to be precise. Ah.
So the trial's tomorrow, then?
Is everything alright?
Oh, yeah. I'm just a little confused, that's all. Yesterday's trial was... It's left me wondering if I'm really cut out for being a lawyer.
Oh, Mr. Naruhodo?
I don't know if I could face standing in that courtroom again after Mr. McGilda's trial.
Ah yes, I nearly forgot. There is one similarity with yesterday's case. Once again, there is currently no one to advocate for the defense. Oh! If the situation remains unchanged, the trial will start tomorrow with the defendant unrepresented. And if that happens, I need not remind you of the inevitable outcome.
The most terrible end awaits the defendant.
Yes, That's right. Oh, shoot. Here we go again. Such CJ energy, it's unreal. Your time is up. Hey, that was quicker than 19 minutes. We still have like 7 of them left. Your time is up. You will have to excuse me. I would advise you to begin making preparations for tomorrow's trial. After all, the clock is ever ticking. There is now but 23 hours, 26 minutes, and 39 seconds until this court sits. Last time he mentioned the 23 hours, he said that was plenty of time. And one more thing, Mr. Naruhodo. There is something I should like to ask you. Oh, what's that? Yesterday, you remarked upon something. That you intend to see through the will of your late compatriot, Mr. Asogi. I would be interested to hear what exactly you mean by that. Inside 34 seconds. Oh, well, Kazuma always used to say, you see, that he wanted to learn how the greatest justice system in the world worked so he could change ours in Japan. Now that he's gone, I'd like to work towards that myself. And there's another thing.
Oh!
Another thing? Continue. On the way here, on the steamship, he said something to me. There's something very important that I have to do. Something very important. And what exactly would that be? He never had a chance to tell me. I suppose he would have done, if he ever made it to Great Britain. You're out of time! Well, thank you for an enlightening discussion.
Mr. Naruhodo, what's this all about? Mr. Asogi never once mentioned anything of the sort to me.
I urge you both to focus your attentions on the matter at hand. I've taken the liberty of summoning the police inspector in charge of the case. He'll be able to apprise you of the details. Yeah, that's more than enough times that I've confused apprise for appraise. It's missing an A for that one. And how long has he been there? So, I wish you the best of luck and bid you farewell. My final message, goodbye. They all do that, don't they? When they fade away, it's like, my final message, goodbye. They all do like that.
There's something very important that I have to do. Kazuma-sama, what did you mean?
I wish I knew. But honestly, he never told me. Anyway, we'd better talk to the detective, don't you think?
Yes, you're right.
I hope I'm just imagining it, but I wouldn't say he looks too pleased to see us at all. Oh, okay. Are we really only going to have the sound of time, the gears in the background for this one? I might put on some extra tunes while we do this as well, so while we have our break. But yeah, it's time to take one of those now, because it's nearing that time, so I'll run it now and get it out of the way. Of course, you in the YouTubes, you don't have to worry. We'll be right back to it afterwards, and I do hope you're still enjoying this YouTube video currently. If you're watching it right now on YouTube, hit the subscribe button down there if you'd like to have some more. Konnichiwa! Konnichiwa!
Konnichiwa, che cotta ne!
I heard you, don't worry about it. But yes, I hope you're enjoying this on YouTube. I hope people are still enjoying this in the Twitch stream right now. But for people in the Twitch stream, it's time for our ad break. I'll see you back here in a few minutes. Tick tock, tick tock, tick tock, tick tock. Where we're gonna go next, nobody knows it. We're gonna do the thing. Talk to the man over there. He looks like he has some fish and chips in his hand. Is that really fish and chips? Now I'm hungry. I want fish and chips. I want fish and chips. I actually do. I miss them too much. Welcome back, everybody. For you in the YouTubes, of course, we took that break out of the highlights, so you are right back into it. But for people in the Twitch right now, if you didn't know, we will be putting this onto the YouTube channel, the Laura Petal VOD YouTube channel, a week after this broadcast finishes. So tune in over there a week from now, and we shall be back to doing some things, hopefully. And we have a quack from Celestial. Thank you for that as well. Quack! Right. Sorry, I need to focus back in on the window. And it seems what we need to do is... Oh, the only thing we can do is examine. So I guess we got to examine... Mr. Detective Man over here. Is that... I'm gonna think, is that fish and chips you've got in your hand? Because if so, gimme. I want. It is an all! Oh my god, it's regenerating fish and chips. What timeline is this and why am I not a part of it? Because I would love regenerating fish and chips. You would not believe. It's the magic timeline. It's the magic timeline of Victorian Britain, where they figured out the way to regenerate food matter after you've taken a bite out of it, so you can have infinite food. No, the hunger crisis is over. They did it. This is truly the greatest British Empire of all time. You give me infinitely regenerating fish and chips, you are actually going to be like, I want to live in this country. I want to live in this empire now. I will be an Imperial. It'll be fine. Don't worry about it. If you just give me my regenerating fish and chips. Gonna do some Final Fantasy 15-3. I hope I don't return painful on these. I hope so either. I hope so. I hope your journey in Final Fantasy is nice and pleasant. I hope it is. Okay. Could we trouble you? What do you think? Ah! I just wanted some of your fish and chips. And lovely weather, isn't it? What's the weather got to do with anything? Ah! Listen to me, you young Japanese upstart. Oh my god, this is going to be like full-on xenophobic to me here. Sorry, I just heard the beats of the music and they sound so familiar to like actual Phoenix Wright music. It's a dun-dun, dun-dun. It's that unmistakable just dun-dun, dun-dun. That's unmistakable to Phoenix Wright music and it's so good. Some frippery about the weather, don't got everything... Hello again, konnichiwa. I mean, if this was like accurate to, if this was like accurate and this was an actual Japanese meeting an actual British, I imagine he would say konnichiwa to them, yes. It's a play on the detective's theme. Play on the detective's theme. Well, we'll figure that out later, won't we? Anyway. Some frippery about the weather doesn't get every English gent eating out of your hand, you know, but you are eating out of your hand. Like I said, infinitely regenerating fish and chips. Give me that! But Susanoo-san told me that it was foolproof. Oh, Jesus. Going ham! Going ham on that, Jesus! I'm a very busy man. A very busy man. There's a crime scene to investigate, but I'm here having to give the likes of you a talking to. Like you're going at that like an actual rabid animal there, it looks like. Jesus. If this guy bonks us with the fish and chips, what to do? Just enjoy the languishing smell of fish and chips lingering from my head after I get smacked with them. Because I mean, I probably wouldn't mind if I got bonked with fish and chips because it means I get to smell fish and chips coming from my body or at least my head for a little while longer, and I can enjoy it sort of vicariously. I like fish and chips way too much, and Japan doesn't nearly do a good variety of it. They just don't do it well over here. They try, but they just do not do it well. You need to learn this, Japan. Serving us a side of potato wedges, that is not chips. You need to get that into your heads. Please. For the criminy of lords. And the batter, the coating that you put in the fish does not need to be a spiced batter. It's just literally beer and flour. That's all you need. It's so easy. And yet you're like freaking there. So yeah. Sorry, the talk of fish and chips and how Japan doesn't do a good variety of it got me very upset just now. I'm sorry about that. Oh, I'm ever so sorry. Can you imagine what the other officers there will be saying, Haven't seen Gregson anywhere, have you? No, he's too busy with the bigwigs these days. All because some bump kid who's here on a jaunt from a country I've never even heard of. Hear that ripping sound? That's the reputation that ye are going in tatters.
There's no need to rip us apart as well. Alright, Doom Guy, rip and tear.
I don't believe we've been introduced. This is Mr. Yonosuke Naruhodo, a defense lawyer.
Eh?
It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance. I'm Mr. Naruhodo's judicial assistant.
Eh?
It's lovely weather we're having today, isn't it?
It is unseasonably fine, I grant you. London winters don't see a lot of sunshine.
Unbelievable! How did she pull that off?
So, Lord Strongheart has asked me to fill you in on the case. The name's Tobias Gregson. Inspector Gregson to you. I'm from Scotland Yard.
Gregson? Inspector Gregson?
What's the matter with Susato-san?
He is not immune to cute girl. There's a darkness to that one, unfortunately, that I feel like is like, yeah, Best not to go forward with that line of thinking, but, yeah. But I mean, okay, we'll delve into it a little bit. Like, you've seen the meme. Maybe some people have seen the meme. It's like a face is like stoically like just looking at a scene of something, and the text over the scene says, this is place name, and it looks like an idyllic like countryside, but because it's just place name, the guy looking at it is just like, well, just not like it. But then the next panel down, and it's the same picture, but it's like place name, comma, Japan. And then the reaction of the guy is like, oh my god, it's so beautiful, it's so wonderful, it's idyllic. It's so idyllic, it's like brilliant. I think half of that comes from a rather dark place that, honestly, there's an attitude towards the country in some people's eyes that they see the country as a whole as more easy in such a way. And particularly they might see the people of the country particularly easy to do things around, if you get what I mean. Think how people like you heard the stories about the bad faith streamers who come over here and make their content over here, which is essentially just being a public nuisance. They think they can do it over here because they won't get in trouble, because Japanese people, they have read and they like to think that they're pretty easygoing. They're not confrontational. They'll say nothing about it. They'll just try to go about their business normally and just ignore it. So that's why you've heard the stories of people like, in fact, I'm not going to even say their names, because any publicity for them is bad coming from my mouth, and I don't want people knowing about them from my mouth. Yeah, unfortunately. I think there's a very dark and very unfortunate truth to how people are like, how they view the country as a whole, sort of generally nowadays. Like, it's easy to do things over there because they won't confront you about it. They're very easygoing people over there. We can get away with stuff over there. Get away with stuff that you wouldn't dream of doing in your own home country, because, yeah, they see Japan as this, like, idyllic place where anything goes. It's a haven for all. People can go over there and do what they like there. It's like, no, unfortunately you can't. You can go over here, enjoy it, so long as you do it within the letters of the laws around here, and to the letters of whatever your visas allow you to do. But yeah, it's not a place where you can get away and do anything you want. The laws may be different, sometimes the laws may be a bit archaic, but they are still laws you gotta adhere to. So, you know. Does this detective's name mean something to her? Go on then. Talk more about yourself and your love of your fish and chips.
Inspector, are you perhaps the Inspector Gregson?
You're acting like you know this man, Mrs. Sato. But he's a London detective.
Oh, I do know him. Very well, in fact.
Very well?
Yes, he features prominently in the adventures of Sherlock Holmes.
Oh, in that publication. What's it called again? Rants magazine?
That's right. Inspector Gregson and Mr. Sholmes enjoy a wonderful friendly rivalry.
Really? You rival the great Mr. Sholmes? That's incredible. Oh, well, I don't know about that. Mr. Sholmes isn't a professional like myself, of course, but he does come up with the goods from time to time.
Mr. Sholmes is equally complimentary about you, Inspector, isn't he? You've earned his highest praise. Gregson is the pick of a bag lot of all the Scotland Yarders. Those are his own words.
That's his highest praise? Man.
Well, Mr. Sholmes isn't particularly known for giving compliments, you see.
That he is not. And thanks to that magazine, my name's known all over London town now. But that's great, isn't it? I have to admit that to start with, I was a little, well, flattered by all the attention. Everyone wanted to shake my hand, and our reputation at the yard went through the roof. Well, that's wonderful. No, it is not. There's nothing more sinister than the man on the street. People are always looking at me now. They're whispering rumours about me under their breath, I'm sure. Wow. Rumours?
Are you quite sure?
He's changed since he started appearing in those stories. The fame's got to his head. Stuff like that.
Gosh, do you really think people are saying such mean-spirited things about you?
He's a famous, prominent name. Of course people will say bad things about him. It comes with the territory. Like I said, they whisper. So I can't catch exactly what they're saying. But I know what folk are like. I'm sure that's what they're saying. And sure as eggs these eggs. Sure as fish is chips, but it's not. I get the feeling this detective could be very hard work.
Oh dear. Perhaps the sudden rise to fame does change people.
Alright, talk about case now. Let's go. So, about the case that the Lord Chief Justice mentioned before? Nothing to tell, really. As far as we're concerned at the yard, it couldn't be simpler.
Oh dear. That probably means that as far as we're concerned as lawyers, it couldn't be more complicated.
I wish you were wrong about that, but I have a nasty feeling you're right. A young woman was walking along the pavement on Briar Road when she was stabbed from behind. Fortunately, it wasn't fatal, but she's still laid up in hospital unconscious.
That's despicable! What sort of coward would attack the poor woman from behind?
I suppose you would have finished whoever it was with the Susato takedown, would you?
That is neither here nor there, Miss Naruhodo.
Brace yourself, Yosuke. You've angered her now. Anyway, after something of a whirlwind investigation, the criminal was arrested. He barely had time for a cup of tea after the incident took place, to be honest. So, there must have been something left at the scene that led you directly to the culprit?
Or perhaps a reliable witness who recognized the person in question?
Let me stop you right there. You're wasting your time on this one. Sorry? There's nothing you can do. There's no way to help the boat now. Why ever not? Simple. The prosecutor that's been assigned to the trial tomorrow is Lord Barrack van Zeeks. No! Not Vampire Lord again. Sounds like you've heard of him then.
Oh yes, we are very familiar with Lord Van Zeeks. Believed to be the harbinger of death himself.
The Reaper of the Bailey. Some details about that, please, would be juicy, thank you. Lord Barrack van Zeeks, who we only faced in court only yesterday.
Mr. McGilder told us about him before the trial, didn't he?
Oh god, I don't know if I'm meant to read this as Susato recounting the words of McGilded or the words of Mr. McGilded himself. I'll go with the former. Save myself for doing a terrible Irish accent.
When Van Zeeks stands for the prosecution, they call the accused his sacrificial lambs. And in every single trial in which he's been the prosecutor, the accused has been damned.
Mr. Reaper of the Bailey nickname. I suppose he's earned that because every defendant he advocates against is found guilty, is that it?
Well, if that's the case, we should inform you, Inspector, that in yesterday's trial against Lord Van Zeeks, Mr. Naruhodo secured a verdict of not guilty.
And what of it?
Oh, well, I think that means that even against the Reaper of the Bailey, it's not impossible to save the defendant.
No, you really don't have a clue, do you? What do you mean? Your pocket must smell very badly of fish and chips. What happened to that bloke in the end, eh? He's dead. Ah! Magnus of Gilded came a cropper in that omnibus when it went up in flames. So you can't rightly say you saved the defendant, can you? What are you saying? Look, if Van Zeeks could get the dirt to stick on everyone, he'd be a miracle worker. But that's not how it goes. He doesn't work miracles. He works magic. Black magic. Black magic, eh? I'd have a good long think about that if I were you. Are we really supposed to believe that? I'll just enjoy some regenerating fish and chips, you don't mind. Gimme! I miss fish and chips. Again, I'm going to be upset that I don't get fish and chips around here. Right, well, I've filled you in as requested and I'm very nearly out of chips. So I'll be heading back to the crime scene now. We're still carrying out a few investigations there.
It was Briar Road, you said, didn't you? Where the incident took place.
That's correct, ma'am. And if you head over to the holding cells, you can meet the criminal himself. You've branded him a criminal already? He's as good as. Shaking like a leaf in his cell, he is. He'll give you a chuckle, if nothing else. He's inmate 53. Speak to the jailer and he'll show you the way. Inmate 53. Thank you. So there's no helping anyone against the Reaper of the Bailey, they say.
Is something troubling you, Mr. Naruhodo? To tell the truth, when I recall the trial yesterday, I can't stop myself from shaking. The idea of facing the Reaper in court again is... Well, if you think it's too much for you, there's no shame in turning the case down. That takes courage, too.
But if the man they've arrested is innocent... You could well imagine he would be shaking like a leaf in his cell. And I, for one, wouldn't find the sight of that funny.
So?
If I'm honest, I'm still reeling from the shock of yesterday's events myself. And I'm really not sure if I'd be able to help this man, whoever he is. But I'd like to try. So I think I'm gonna make some inquiries. Will you help?
Did you really think you had to ask? After all, I am your judicial assistant.
Thank you. So then, shall we?
Yes, let's go. Let's go.
Oh god, here he comes. Shh. Oh, that's a choice then. Should we do the witness first, or should we do the crime scene first? Let's, wait. Wait a minute. What? Have you got something to say, Stella? Whatever I want to do. Yeah, typically I'd want to look at the scene first. Like, go for the scene, go for the tabs in order. That would be what I want to do. I'm pretty sure I'll save some time as well to get in a look at the prison and meet this accused. Though I think the defendant might say something more based off what you say. Yeah. This isn't Mario. Ah, that's why. Okay, yeah. That makes sense. Alright then, let's check out the scene first. I mean, it does stand to reason that if you'll have a look at the scene, you probably have a bit more to talk about there. Also, I need to know. I know that in this universe currently they're making what's known as like their big London fair of some kind. But why are they building the equivalent of the Eiffel Tower? What timeline is this? Honestly. Alright, 19th of February on Briar Road. I don't think that bicycle over there would necessarily work with a bent wheel like that. So this is where it happened. Briar Road.
Ah! Look, Miss Naruhodo! Look at that regulation metal helmet! It's unmistakable! The men of Scotland Yard are here! They're investigating as we speak!
That is their job, you know.
But, Miss Naruhodo, to see one with my own eyes! They're often depicted in the adventures of Herlock Sholmes, but I'd never dreamt I'd ever come this close.
She's fawning. Bless her, she's fawning.
I'd never thought I'd come this close to a real Bobby's helmet.
What? The helmet?
Of course! I have to try one on one day. One day.
Well, I hope your heady dreams come true. Huh. I don't see Inspector Gregson anywhere. Shall we see if we can sneak past and investigate the scene of the stabbing?
Why should we sneak?
I don't want to upset one of those bobbies and be butted on the head by one of those metal helmets. My skull was cracking too, I'm sure.
Oh no! An English bobby would never do such a thing. This is a land of gentlemen, you know.
I mean, you're very welcome to think that on your own accord, but, you know. Okay. So we got two angles of the scene. Examine the snowman. Examine the police constable's horse and carriage. Examine the bobbies. Possibly the bobbies are tied to the scene as well. So that's all to see here. Okay, that's fine. Let's go from right to left, like they would in the, if you were reading like Japanese panels, you'd read, if you read like a Japanese comic book, you'd read that from right to left, actually, because that's how they write it. So if I had the book on hand, I could demonstrate it, but think like this. We go from here to here, right? In the Japanese book, that would be your front cover. You'd open it like so, and then you'd read from there down to there, and then across to there, then turn the page like so, and then read to there, to there, to there, to there. If you didn't know how you read a manga officially, there you go. I'm cultured. I'm learned. Oh dear me.
Oh, that's a Scotland Yard carriage. They use vehicles like that to rush to crime scenes and cart away criminals.
You're very well informed, aren't you?
It's long been a dream of mine to ride one of those through the streets of London.
Well, just pick up a stone and throw it through one of the windows then.
But that would mean being arrested in order to ride it. Wouldn't it? Still, if it's the only way, help me find a good stone.
No, 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 I wasn't serious. I am not taking this on.
What a delightful snowman.
I didn't realize the English had a tradition of making snowmen as well. It looks a little creepy though.
Oh, it has a scarf, look.
You would need one if you were out in this freezing cold all the time. I wish I had one.
I'm afraid our budget is somewhat frozen at the moment. We can't afford a scarf.
Surely the snowman here wouldn't miss his.
But the person who made the snowman certainly would.
Yeah, I know, you're right. Anyway, even if I borrowed it, it wouldn't do much to warm my neck, would it? It's covered in snow. Yeah. I don't know if it's meant to look like anybody in particular. But you know, yeah, it's cute. Oh, hold on. Okay, there's more to do here. So, this scene and to that Bobby over there, it's a separate thing. So, this bit first. This patch of pavements must be where the incident occurred.
Yes. It's a very wide open space, isn't it?
That's true. I can't see anywhere an attacker would have been hiding.
Oi, what you foreigners doing here? Oh, just investigating the scene, officer. Conspiring with that moustached fellow from Japan, are you? Conspiring? Come here to destroy evidence, have ya? Get out here before I give you an hiding. Go on. Wow.
He shooed us away like rats.
Yeah, we should give him a wide berth, I think.
What a disappointing experience.
They're not all they cracked up to be, unfortunately. That's one of the officers from Scotland Yard, and a very rude one at that. But the police are making sure the crime scene is undisturbed. I have a feeling that if we wander too close, we'll be collapsing irons.
I think perhaps you're being a little overcautious.
Lady, he just talked to us in a very xenophobic manner and said, "Get out of here." I think if we try that again, that in his eyes could be grounds to be in cuffs again. And trust me, Yunosuke's already been through that multiple times. I don't think he wants that again.
But we've done nothing wrong, so we have no cause for concern.
No. I'm not getting caught out again. Twice is enough. Twice I found myself in handcuffs despite not knowing a thing about what was going on.
Yes, you've had some dreadful experiences. I'm sure it's that wide-eyed look of panic you're so prone to. It does you no favors at all.
Rub it in, why don't you? Oh boy. Okay, over to here. Oh wait, so you're saying, okay, the entire side of this building can be investigated. Possibly for the fact that all the windows are bricked up. Good question, why? And and smashed glass through there. And then possibly to the broken bicycle out front. But nothing over to there. Oh, we can investigate the scenery out back. Let's go for it then. The clouds look so big and heavy in the sky, don't they? And with the dense fog as well, everything looks hazy. Oh, that's just the pollution. Don't worry about it.
Well, it is known as Foggy London Town.
I can just make out some sort of spire through the fog. It looks like it's still being built, though.
Aha! Yes! That must be the Crystal Tower, being built for the Great Exhibition that's to open in 6 months' time. Apparently, it's going to be very striking, glazed on all sides, and a symbolic centerpiece of the exhibition.
It's to be the largest expedition in history, is it?
I can't even begin to imagine it.
I should say, around about this time currently, the city I live in is currently holding another World Expo. I'm honestly unsure if I end up getting a ticket to try and get there, or at least try and wander around, because I imagine... I don't know. To be fair, I think it would be like one of my only chances to go to one if I do that. So I don't know, maybe. God, I'm being tempted now. Actually, though, what would I do at an expo? Like, just look at the things? Is that what you do? Just look at nice things at the expo? Again, maybe I could get around to it because, like I said, it'll be a one of my only chances, I think, to get around to doing so. But yeah, we'll see. That's for future me. Right. Bricked up windows, why? Look at the windows of that building there.
Are you sure they're windows?
Yeah, but they're all filled with bricks.
Oh, you're right! I wonder why. Perhaps it's an empty property where nobody lives at the moment.
There's smoke coming from the chimneys, though.
Oh dear. Everything steel feels very foreign. There's much we have to learn about this place.
I was saying, we can't look up, can we? No, we can't look up. So the entirety of this wall is its own thing we can investigate, but is it specifically going to mention the cracked, the smashed glass? Let's see if it talks about that in particular.
That's a rather typical old brick building, isn't it? I'm sure it has a long and interesting history.
It's looking beyond disrepair, to be honest. Well, time certainly seems to have taken its toll on the place. It's crooked and sagging all over. In fact, it looks in decidedly worse shape than the other houses around here.
We must find some cheap lodgings ourselves as soon as possible.
Yeah, you're right. Cheap, but ideally within reasonably level floors. I am not gonna... Ryosuke, like, I am not going to... about to be taking refuge in a old, decrepit, potentially haunted house, thank you. I am not going to be doing that.
Oh, a British bicycle! Look! Although the wheel is so misshapen, I'm sure it couldn't possibly be ridden anymore.
Someone must have been doing some breakneck cycling.
It seems bicycles have become extremely popular in London recently. There's even a movement to change women's dresses to allow them to ride as well.
The bicycle fad won't last. I don't see why anyone would want to ride something like that.
Goodness! Do you dislike bicycles?
No, not at all. It's not that I dislike them exactly. It's just that any occupation that involves taking both your feet off firm ground seems reckless. If you ever tried walking on stilts and falling into a river, I knew you'd agree with me.
We'll have to hire a bicycle sometime. You can sit behind me while I ride you around.
We'll have to give it a try, will we? Alright then. Oh, this building we can have a look at. Okay then. Do you see all the black smoke rising from the chimneys over there?
It says here that in Great Britain, many people heat their homes in the winter using coal.
The only chimneys I remember seeing in Japan are on top of the bathhouse. Do you think some of those houses could be on fire?
Not at all.
Well, even so, that much thick smoke billowing up to the heavens is surely going to turn the whole sky black sooner or later.
Gosh, you may be right about that.
They're environmentally conscious even at this time. That's they're hammering home the environmentalism. They're doing that. That's fair enough. Oh, I'm allowed to see down the road. Okay. There are piles of snow on the pavement here and there, but the road itself is covered in carriage tracks.
It seems carriages often travel down Briar Road. It soon disperses all the snow.
I slipped over when I was walking down the pavement earlier. It seems like it would be far safer to walk on the road instead.
Oh, but you're rather small, Mr. Naruhodo, and dressed in all black. I worry coachmen might not see you, and you could be flattened by horses.
Well, thank you for the rather small concern. Come on, Ryunosuke, if anything, Ryunosuke is a short king. He's a short king and we're proud of him. Right, I think that's all there is to take a look at. Are you sure we've asked everything we need to? Have we? Have we asked everything that we need to see here? Yep, examine the carriage. Gosh, I wonder what I'm missing then. Tried to talk to the bobbies, but they're not having any of it. I've investigated thoroughly, but I can't find anything out of place. Oh god, I've accidentally clicked this again. I got confused by the arrow on the side, thinking that I could like click that as a tab, but no, it doesn't work like that. Have you got anything to court record with? As a lawyer for the Empire of Japan, but I don't think they'd recognize that over here. We can always give it a go. And I have already examined the label inside is Kazuma Asogi, and we can talk about the symbol on front. But yeah, nothing to present for. Yeah, I think we're done here. We're done here for the foreseeable. Let's go now to the prison. Nothing about that seemed out of place at all. Oh, this is certainly different from the plexiglass that we'd have on the usual the usual room where they talk to the accused for. Okay, 19th of February, local prison, cell 9. So these are British prison cells.
Oh, they're ghastly. It feels just like a dungeon.
Yeah, and having experienced it in Japan myself, I can assure you that our wooden cells feel a lot cozier than these cold stone walls.
Oh, don't, Mr. Naruhodo. You're making it seem worse.
Apparently our client is in this cell here. But it's so dark at the back there, I can't make him out. I wonder what he's like. Because I've been told, oh my god, here he comes. Is this going to be them? Inmate 53, your legal representative is here to see you. Stop hiding at the back of the cell and show your face at once. Am I? Am I a cat as yet with no name? Calling me by a number, it's utterly unbelievably, unjustly unreasonable. I refuse to answer. I haven't seen his face. I haven't seen the person's face. Not gonna put a voice to it just yet.
Mr. Naruhodo, what? What do you think is going on here?
I have no idea. But I wasn't just hearing things, was I? That tirade of complaints was in Japanese. Oh. Could this be? I've heard from other friends who have gotten around to this that we could, I don't know if it's now, but at some point down the line in this game, you meet a figure, a person who actually really existed as an actual living person on this earth. And if this is going to be them, then we'll see. Goodness me, look at his eyes, though. Take a look at that. Okay. Excuse me, but, shh! Quiet! Oh, hold on a minute! Yeah. I should have put two and two together that one of his first lines was, "Am I a cat?" Because it's the person who wrote the Japanese kids novel, I Am a Cat. Wagahai ga neko de aru. Something like that. I think that's how you say it, right? It's this guy! I only know about it because they say it all the time. Like his books are really prominent in schools as like an essential part of reading. I guess it must be like part of the literature that they study in their like national language lessons, their actual like Japanese lessons, as part of like the reading and literature part of it, I guess. Or maybe it's part of like social. Some of it could be in social studies, I guess. But yeah, this is the man who wrote all like the stories that students are like meant to do as required reading for study. God, what was his name again? Soseki. Soseki, that's his name. This is who it is. They're all around, hiding. I know they are. They're watching, listening. Even now, I can sense it. Right. So, could I ask you, who exactly? There you are! You've come to curse me, haven't you? Don't try to hide it. You're a ghost. A ghost?
We mean you no harm, prisoner-son. Are you Japanese by any chance?
I could have probably said that as like...
あなたは日本人ですか?
I could have actually said that in Japanese. Like I say, I know easy words. This is... beyond my wildest dreams! Oh, forgive me for that outburst before. I'm so sorry. Oh, it's fine. We were just a little surprised, that's all. Imagine it! It's been 12 long months since I left my hometown, and here I am in a frightful fix in a foreign land! So, hearing the sweet sentimental tones of a compatriot's voice here in this damp, dark hellhole was... most monumentally moving moment! Okay, Super Sentai. Fair dues. Who could have guessed that this new client that Lord Strongheart assigned to us would turn out to be a fellow Japanese? What compassion my fellow countrymen show to dispatch a first-class lawyer all the way from Japan to defend a mere foreign student. Noble, nurturing, never-failing Nippon! A first-class lawyer? Oh dear, I think there's been something of a misunderstanding here.
I wonder, would you be so kind as to tell us what's happened? Why you've been detained as a suspect, for example?
Yes, I can. I will. Chant, stay sullen and silent. My question is, does he actually behave like such? Was he this eccentric when he lived as a real person? That's what I really want to ask a Japanese person. I'm sure what Capcom are doing here is playing up that, like, they're hamming up the craziness just because they can. But I wonder if there's like a bit of truth in this eccentricity that they're sort of like reflecting, because the real life person was also probably a little bit eccentric, though I can't verify that. Like I say, I know of the books that this author has written, but I have yet to actually pick up copies myself to give them a go. I'm not even sure I got the name of the particular novel in Japanese correct. Wagahai ga neko de aru. I think that's what it is. I mean, I can always double check, but I think it's that. In fact, let's have a look. Search it up on the wikis, because I know the English title is I Am a Cat. Oh, okay, I wasn't a million miles away. Instead of Wagahai ga, it's Wagawai ha. Wagahai wa neko de aru. That's the name of it in Japanese. There you go.
I'm not quite sure I understand what he means, but he seems happy.
Yeah, he does. Sorry, I need to then get back to voice mod there quickly. Bah. That's a bah. There we go. And then change. Thinking of voice go? Okay. I just hope he actually has a good reason to be. Thank you for your cooperation. I am a lawyer, as you said. My name is Yunosuke Naruhodo.
And I am Naruhodo-san's judicial assistant, Susato Mikotoba.
I am a visiting student sent here by our government. Notably, notoriously named Natsume. Soseki Natsume. Yep, Soseki Natsume. Not his real name. I think the Soseki part is just a pen name that he attributed when he was writing novels. So, well. Okay, then let's present my armband. Always gotta present the lawyer pin or the lawyer armband or the badge, whatever. You always gotta present it. There you go. Yes, yes! The symbol of our great empire's first-rate lawyers! Which means, of course, you'll stand by my side! You'll defend me! Oh, no, sorry, that wasn't why I was showing it to you. Oh. Then why else would you show me that? Whoops. In hindsight, that probably wasn't the best idea. Ah, but it was funny, though. It's always funny to do so. Do you know what? If that is okay, right? Keeping this here as a scene, I'm gonna keep here for the thumbnail because, of course, I might end up doing this. Okay, talk to him for proper. Talk to him. Let's learn more about Soseki Natsume. Why are they in jail? I think they must be what some people think is the perp to the attack on this lady, because they talked about how a woman had a knife in her back, and while not a fatal injury, it left them unconscious in hospital. So they're investigating this as still a rather terrible instance of attempted murder, and they must have thought that this was the person that did it when they went to report on the proceedings. So, yeah. We'll see. Soseki Natsume-san. What an unusual name. Call me Soseki, please. I'm a poet, you see. A writer of haiku. It's something of a nom de plume. A nom de plume? You mean an alias? Yeah, it's a pen name. His real name isn't Soseki, it's Natsume something or other, but I didn't let that up.
That's right, Naruhodo-san.
No, don't be so prosaic. It's much more refined than that. And haiku? Oh, that really reminds me of home. Yeah, he didn't just write stories, he was a poet as well.
Did I hear you say that you were a visiting student? Sent over here by the government?
Yes, that's right. A year ago, I was told to go and study English. First, I had to suffer that misery, and now this! It's beyond the pale. Honestly, no, yeah, now I remember, yeah, he did spend a bit of time in England for a reason. It must have been like a cultural exchange or a study agreement of some kind. But yeah, he did spend time in England at some point, so that part is true. Suffer that misery? Did you not want to study here? No, I mean, I've had an interest in Great Britain for some years, of course. Oh. But just because the government tells you to do something, doesn't mean you can do it? No!
Oh, what do you mean?
If they told me to study English literature, that I could have understood. That's my field. But no, they told me to study the English language! Utterly, unbelievably, unjustly unreasonable! Damn. I see. Only the other day I was told to send a report about my first year here. I tendered a blank piece of paper. Wise words on white washi!
You must be a man of great standing.
Oh, yes. So I'm often told. And often like to be told, it seems. Yeah. Alright, a little bit of history lesson for you there. Not a great one, because I don't know everything about Soseki, but the general gist of him I do know about. So yes, we'll be having to figure out why the man who wrote Wagahae wa Neko de Aru has been convicted of crimes of the heinous sort. Let's talk to him some more after we run another ad break. It's time to do one of those. People in the Twitch stream will have an ad break now. People on the YouTubes, don't worry. We'll be right back to it afterwards. But for people here right now, it's time to take a break. I need to have some rest. I'll see you back here in a few minutes. Alright, welcome back. Welcome back to people at the Twitch stream peoples. I hope you had a nice break. And to the YouTube peoples, don't worry. You're right back into the thing. And we'll learn more about Soseki Natsume, the real-life Soseki Natsume. Why the heck had they put him in this game, and why the heck have they made him an actual person accused of doing a heinous crime? Anyway, Kirby stuff, huh? Sorry, I don't know where it's gone from. There are worse enemies, lots of tomberries. Oh, okay, I'm aware about the tomberries actually. I've seen what they can do when you had like a bunch of them about. Why are we talking Kirby? Have I got... Did I have Kirby music on? Did I? I'm getting confused. I mean, if we're talking about Kirby, we like Kirby around here, we definitely do. Might be on forgetting the, if I can get my hands on it at some point soon on the new console to do it on, and then I can get my hands on the new Air Rides game that's coming out for Kirby. That would be quite fun. But we'll see to that later. Anyway, why is Soseki Natsume and being accused of a crime? What's going on?
Could you perhaps tell us exactly why you've been arrested, Soseki-san?
I didn't do it! I didn't commit that atrocious murder!
Murder?
Oh, no, it's all right. The woman didn't actually die, did she? But you were stabbed with a knife right before my eyes! Before your eyes? You mean you saw the attacker? I didn't see anyone. What? If I'd seen the person who did it, do you think I'd be locked up in here?
Oh dear. It seems this case is becoming rather complicated.
Why me? Why me? Why did that silly woman have to be stabbed in front of me? It's the curse! The curse of London! It's incredibly, inexcusably, irritatingly inconvenient! Like the alliterations he's able to do. I mean, he didn't want to study it, the English language, but I mean, he became very good at it. He became very good at alliterations. So Soseki-san was there at the scene, but he didn't see the attacker. On the topic of Kirby, have you played Star Allies? I think I might have picked it up to play on either... Oh gosh, I can't remember. Was it a 3DS game or was it a Switch game? I'm pretty certain I might have picked up a copy, but I didn't afford it any time to play, unfortunately. Wait a minute. Give us a moment here. I've got my list of Switch cartridges in here that I currently do have. I can have a look and see if I did indeed keep a hold of it. Because yeah, what I definitely do have is my copy of Kirby and the Forgotten Lands. I definitely have that because I've definitely streamed that. People can attest to that. Without tipping out every single cartridge into my palm here, it's going to be a bit difficult to find them. That's Pokemon Legends Arceus. That's... again, that's Kirby Discovery. Kirby Forgotten Land. That's Luigi's Mansion 3. That's Mario Odyssey. It'll be somewhere in here. Portion of Kabi, Star Artist. Here it is! Yeah, I did pick it up. There it is. It's the Japanese, and I don't know if you can see it right now, but there it is. I did end up picking it up, but unfortunately, I didn't afford the time to actually play it. And I don't know if I have time in my upcoming stream plans to give it a go on stream, unfortunately. It might happen as like a personal play. We'll see, though. Anyway.
It's vital that we find out more about the case.
Alright, thank you. I can do it right here, thank you. It was an accursed evening just after the snow had started to clear and heavy with fog. I'd been to the bookshop to buy some books, and I was on my way back to my accursed lodgings. Sure the bookshop wasn't accursed too? As I was walking along that accursed pavement, I could make out the sole silhouette of another ahead of me. A woman, wearing a green overcoat she was, and just as I went to overtake her, she suddenly let out a little scream and collapsed onto the cold, hard slab of stone at my feet.
How terrible!
I called out to the woman, but she didn't move. It was like a ghostly, ghoulish, grim graveyard. Shaking like a leaf, there it is. Slight exaggeration there, perhaps? I was terrified. I had to get away from there, so I ran as fast as my leg would carry me back to my accursed lodgings. But not fast enough, I reckon. That's not good. They'll say it was shameful, I know, to run away like that.
Tell me, Soseki-san, was the victim an acquaintance of yours?
Don't be ridiculous! Do you think I know any of these fair-headed English, and a young woman at that? I'm diffident, shy, timid, and sure. I can't talk to people. I see. So a young woman, unknown to Soseki-san. And at the time it happened, who else did you see nearby? Did anybody pass you? Regrettably, apart from myself and the woman, I didn't see a soul. No one? Ah, great. He's been put into a situation again. So the
victim was unknown to you, and there was nobody else in the street at the time. That creates something of a conundrum, doesn't it?
Huh? What conundrum? What conundrum? Is it a countdown one? What is today's countdown conundrum? What do you mean, Susato-san? What's a conundrum?
Well, if what Soseki-san has just told us is true, there's something I can't explain. He says he didn't know the victim, and that there was no one else at the scene. Then he apparently fled without having been seen.
I did! But if that's the case, surely this man has to be the culprit. Ah, you! What did you just say? Nothing! I didn't say anything! I only thought it. God, I need to stop thinking, because clearly people are reading my thoughts all the time. Oops, perhaps I thought that one a little too loudly. Yeah.
Actually, that's not what was troubling me. What I was thinking was, how did Soseki-san actually come to be arrested?
Sorry?
He didn't touch the victim, and there was nobody at the scene to see him. So how did the police ever discover that he was there in the first place?
Oh yeah! Man, she's right. God, she's good at this. She should do this job instead of me. It was him. That accursed great detective. He led the police to me. Of all the bad luck. Accursed great detective? Could it be her luck?
I shall never forget that man's name as long as I live, with his haughty laugh and his self-proclaimed greatness. Rash, big-headed busybody, begone! May you be cursed to the end of your days, Hairlock Sholmes! I knew it!
Sherlock did a strange, as he prone to do.
Mr. Sholmes?
I like how the Japanese people keep doing it in the German way, like his name is like actually Mr. Lock Sholmes. Because being that the German word for Mr. would be Er or Herr. So he's like Herr Lock Sholmes. So they just can't get the pronunciation of it right, so they think it's just ends up being a German and he's like a German person. That's so funny.
Well, I didn't expect to hear that name from this man's lips, that's for sure. It was the morning after that nightmare had unfolded on the pavement before me. I was gnawing on a sliver of hard cheese when someone suddenly burst in through the door. They started shouting at me. "This is the police, put the weapon down!" Yes, it was a thin sliver, and yes, it was hard, but I wasn't eating a weapon! Disgusting, dietary discrimination devils!
Okay. You clearly had a trying morning yesterday.
And there he was in the middle of all the policemen, grinning like a Cheshire cat.
I've made passing comments in my own time that I think Herlock could be a bit of a cat person. Like, he could very potentially be on something, and what that something is actually just catnip.
That Hairlock Sholmes!
It's actually just Herlock Sholmes. He's English.
I've since found out that he's a famous name in detection here in London.
Yes, the great detective is really very well known.
And his overly sharp mind managed to deduce my whereabouts, apparently. He thinks I'm the knife-wielding madman! Me, this weak, stooped kitten of a man! I wonder what great deduction process led him to this conclusion this time.
Do you mean to say that Mr. Sholmes' deduction was the only reason the police arrested you? That would be really most unreasonable.
That's putting it rather mildly, I would say.
Well, the thing is, I was thrown into a panic when they barged their way in.
Of course you were. That's only natural.
I was terrified and trembling, and they kept throwing question after question at me in impossible English. Fiendish foreign film flabbery.
Well, we are in England. You can't really blame him for questioning you in English.
Good point. But my mind went blank. I knew I had to answer, but I didn't know what to say. So I just kept repeating things like, "Yes, I do," and "I'm fine." Like, just continually saying words like, "Hi, so desu ne," and "Genki desu ne." Just constantly doing that. They're the only words he knows. Oh my god, he was like, "Hello, everyone. How are you? Fine, thank you." That's all he said to them. Goodness me, really. The next thing I knew, I was in manacles. And before I knew it, I was standing here.
Oh dear. I'm afraid that's hardly surprising.
I'm fine? Well, he's not fine now.
I wish I were birds. Oh, are you quoting Wagahaiwa Neko de Aru, Cat? Is that what you're doing? Hello, Cat, by the way. Welcome in. Yes, we have been doing a bit of a finding out, or I've at least been telling what I know about the real-life person, Soseki Natsume, the Japanese author of poems, of books, of novels, and famously writing the book, I Am a Cat. And I should have put two and two together when one of the first lines I heard, when I didn't know his name, was, "Am I a cat?" So I should have put two together there. I knew that they put a real-life person of Japanese fame into the game, but I didn't realize it was going to be here. So there we go. So what are you, Apollo Justice? I'm fine! I'm Apollo Justice and I'm fine! No, it's not. Dear me. Mr. Naruhodo Esquire! Oh, you can just call me Naruhodo. And when we're speaking English, a simple Mr. is more than enough. The series' best character is named after the books. Oh, yes, all right, yes. They've really got to me. This country is poisoning my mind. But please, I beg you to defend me in court tomorrow. You can tell them what really happened. You'll do it, won't you? Well, Why? Why is it so hard to say yes to me? Well, the thing is, I'm just a student like yourself, on a study tour. A student? I have defended the case in the Old Bailey, but only the one, though. But at this moment in time, I really don't know what I'm supposed to believe in. I'm confused about what justice in this country even means. Naruhodo-san. I'm not even the foreign student who was supposed to be here. I'm a sort of locum lawyer, I suppose. But that's armband! That's the mark of a defense lawyer from our great empire! It's a keepsake from the man who should have been here. He was my best friend. A keepsake? Oh. I know exactly what they're saying about me. Oh, who do you mean? The lawyers. All the British defense lawyers. They won't defend me. Goodness! Why do you say that? For the same reason as you noted before. When it happened, there was only the victim and myself around. And I ran away from the scene of the crime. I'm not a fool. I know it looks as though I must be the culprit. It must be very hard for you, Soseki-san. And anyway, I'm a student from overseas. I'm just a foreign nobody to them. Someone not to be trusted. I heard them openly laughing about me before. In my earshot without any compunction at all. Any trial for this man would be a waste of time, they said. And of course the foreigner did it. Got out the card expo way earlier than I thought. They even had the gall to say the man doesn't understand half of what's being said anyway. That's awful. They're wrong! I've studied more English than half the policemen out there in the streets. I've travelled halfway around the world to learn about this people's country and its great history. But no one here wants to listen to a man with a strange accent. They all hate me. So, at the very least, I'd like to entrust my fate to someone who can listen to me in my native tongue. You could do it, couldn't you? When I look you in your eyes, I can see it. I can see what you've been through. Soseki-san, it's just that... give me a little time, please. I'll do what I can for the time being. Oh, what do you mean?
We should investigate the case as thoroughly as possible. If we can find some clues, it will give us a much better chance, I'm sure.
Oh yes. Yes! Thank you! I'll be here, all alone, waiting for you, locum student Mr. Naruhodo Esquire.
We should be going then, Miss Naruhodo-san. We have a case to prepare for.
Yep, nothing less than %. We already did the badge. So, that must mean we have a chance to go to the, back to the Briar Road scene and they investigate some more.
Okay.
I think this may be, like, the final thing we do in today's episode, shall we say? Oh god, it's Mr. Regenerating Fish and Chips, man. Give me your fish and chips. I swear to god. I will reach for this screen and grab them from you because I'm sure they're delicious, even though they're just like ones and nose and polygons. I am sure they're still just as delicious. They'll be a downside better than Japanese fish and chips. Come on. Oh, dear me. I'm forever going to be upset that I can't get good fish and chips here. I'm forever going to be upset about this. Anyway. What's the Japanese delegation doing here?
Oh, Inspector Gregson.
So could go for those chips, never have them with the fish. Oh, you're missing out, cat. Missing out on a good bat fish. A good bat fish with some good good thick cut chips like that, all done in the fryer. I'd have mine with some batter scraps over the top as well. Salt and vinegar over the top. Can't go wrong with it. I probably would also, in a more refined establishment, to eat fish and chips, I'd go for some, I'd go for some ketchup, obviously. I'd go for some tomato sauce. And they say you can, and you usually do have them. One of the typical side dishes for fish and chips is mushy green peas. But I don't go for mushy peas in all honesty myself. If I have peas, they're just plain old garden peas. And that's good for me. Maybe a little bit of tartar sauce as well. I'm growing a bit more fond of tartar sauce, so it's all good. I just want to eat them again, please. It's just like I know of the one place that is like built to be a dedicated attempt to bring the classic British fish and chip shop vibe to Japan. It only exists in Tokyo, but I have had the chance to go there and eat there, and they were, at the very least, they were familiar and they were like how I expect them to be, but still, I feel like I'm still missing a bit out of it. Like I said, they were delicious, they were great, but just not quite there. Like, they tried their best with it for sure, and the vibe was there. There was like a proper, like, counter, like a hot counter, where they keep the things that they cook in. It wasn't just fish and chips either. They had, like, other typical chip shop menu items, like pies and sausages as well. They tried their best, and yeah, when I was able to go over there, I did give them, like, a nice review. To the people over the counter saying, yeah, I've missed all this and this was really good, so thank you for this. But it's the only place that's come close, and close isn't even 100% there. I need more people to try it out over here. I'm sure people could do it. Just like, ah! Anyway. Had so rare times when I could have any, kind of scared I would not like it since I prefer my fish raw. Yeah, I mean, that's fair dues. Like, the cuisine of Japanese fish over here is usually raw fish, what with all the sushi and sashimi and stuff they have. Of course they have like cooked fish as well, but yeah. There's no way to make a thing like that in the same in a different country. Our dish is the fries with sausage, and it's so simple, yet no other country can replicate it. Yeah, even the sausages are just not like how sausages I expect them to be. I could probably find them somewhere, but it'd be very rare to find like a properly done, like, British-style banger sausage. The best you can expect over here is like hot dog-style wiener type things, and it's just certainly just not the same thing. I mean, don't get me wrong, Japanese food is great. I love Japanese food most of the time, but you know, if I just have more chances to find the food that I was grown up on eating, so that's why I miss it so much. It's just so hard to find over here, and the things that I try to be like it, they just don't get close enough. Unless I get sent packages over with such food, such snacks, such drinks. That's the only way I can get that. But yeah. It's just so hard to find the food that I grew up with over here, like the kind of dishes, the kind of food that is popular in my home country. Anyway, you managed to win the fight without getting the game over. Yeah, that's good. Congratulations, Celestial. Nice one. It's so different to A reverse too. Yeah, don't get me wrong, still a fun country. Want to be over here for as long as I can. As long as I can keep the gig going, then it's good. Excuse me. But yeah, if I just had more chances to find the food I really liked from my home country over here, then it would just be like, just perfect. But you know, I make do. I make do. There's plenty of Japanese food where I'm also like, this is so good, I want to eat more of this. So yeah. It's a balancing act, but it's good all the same. This isn't on the tourist trail, as I'm fairly sure you're well aware.
Yes, of course. We're here to investigate.
So you've been to the holding cells then? What do you make up criminal?
He's not a criminal, as you put it, Inspector. He's a suspect.
We'll see about that. You Japanese like to sit together, I suppose? Well, do what you will. Doesn't bother me. The bloke's in court tomorrow, whatever happens, and the verdict's a foregone conclusion. The stone-cold air of rejection.
Take heart. London at this time of year is full of stone-cold air.
That makes it worse, somehow. You do realize how that makes it worse, right? Yeah. Okay, could talk. So let's do some talking then.
Tell me about Scotland Yard, Inspector. Ever since I read about it in the Adventures of Sherlock Holmes, I've been fascinated by the place.
The Yard is the most sophisticated policing organisation you'll find anywhere in the world, ma'am.
Oh, and you know, I've always dreamt of wearing a real Bobby's helmet.
Well, it does make them look the part. Seeing that policeman there with his helmet on, you certainly get the sense that this is a man who'll take no nonsense in his duty of protecting the city.
Oh yes, doesn't he look wonderful?
Being a London Bobby is hard going, I can tell you.
Oh really?
First thing in the morning, you know what he does? Goes round and rouses all the labourers on his beat so they can get off to work. What? He wakes people up? Yup. Raps on the windows with a long pole. Did it myself going back a bit.
I had no idea.
The Bobby works for the people at town. It's just another one of his duties. After that, he starts tirelessly patrolling the streets all day long. He has to cover 20 miles a day. That's the regulation distance. Gosh, I can't really imagine how far that is, but it sounds like a long way. Yeah, that's longer than the marathon distance, my mate. No, it isn't. Because a marathon is 26 miles. Actually, no, I have actually done a marathon. I was terrible at it. Well, I was good. I remember doing it. I was good for like the first hour of the marathon, like the first 10 kilometers. I was very comfortable doing that. But again, this was years ago. I was a lot fitter than I am currently. And yeah, the following rest of the distance after that time got pretty hard. I was with very stiff soles and ankles and calves for a good couple of days after doing that marathon, I will tell you that much. But I did make it to the finish, so that is an experience I can tick off the bucket list. I don't have to do it again, but never say never. We'll see where my crazy decisions lead me in the future, I suppose.
Let me see. 20 miles. That's approximately the distance from Tokyo to Yokohama.
On foot? That's definitely taking things a step too far. Ah, see what you did there. And when it gets dark, of course, he has the important job of lighting all the gas street lamps.
Oh my!
And I suppose in between all of those duties, Barbies are expected to investigate cases as well?
And chase after criminals trying to evade the law.
I'm not sure you could call it in between exactly. More alongside, but yes. They're expected to handle those jobs as well. We do have men keeling over from time to time, I admit.
I'd always dreamt of wearing one of those helmets, as I said. But it's with a heavy heart that I shall have to relinquish that dream to you, Mr. Naruhodo.
Your heavy heart will be my heavy head if you do. All of a sudden, now she's like, no, I don't want it, you can do it instead. I'm always the whipping boy. It happened around 5 in the evening 2 days ago, just there on that bit of open pavement. The victim, a young woman, was stabbed with a blade from behind. Is it right the lady is still unconscious now? You mentioned that she's being treated in hospital. I never said she was a lady. The truth is, unless she comes round pretty smartish, we won't be able to find out much about her at all. I suppose that means they haven't been able to take a statement from her, of course. Here's a map of the local area I happen to have on me. You can take it if you want. Really? Are you sure? It's yard policy to give lawyers defending suspects the odd bit of information to go on. I haven't actually accepted the job yet, but still. Fake it till you make it, Yunosuke. Fake it till you make it.
Thank you, Inspector. We gratefully accept.
Okay, a street map of the local area showing where the victim was found, added to the court record. Anyway, as far as we know, there was no one else on the scene other than the victim and your fellow countrymen. So who did it, do you think? It's not much of a head-scratcher, is it? Well, I know Mr. Natsume is also claiming not to have seen anyone around, but...
But just because he didn't see anyone, it doesn't mean we can be sure that nobody else was present.
I'm sorry to have to tell you, but we most certainly can be sure.
How?
Because, ma'am, the precise moment of the stabbing didn't go unnoticed. What? We have 2 very reliable witnesses, no less.
Ah!
It was a typical foggy London day, and your client obviously didn't see them. They were witnesses now? Okay, must follow that up, I suspect. Who are these witnesses, Inspector? A fellow and his wife, and a man's one of the most reliable and respected citizens in all of London. Oh god, not another McGilda situation, please don't. He's a copper from Scotland Yard.
Oh!
A policeman? That might change things.
And this policeman just happened to be there at the exact moment that the woman was attacked?
Nothing peculiar about that, ma'am. Part and parcel of being a bobby. Catching them banging the axe and all that. Do you think it might be possible for us to ask that policeman a few questions? Be my guest. You can ask him what you like. In court tomorrow. Oh. I've no doubt he'll be summoned as a witness. So that'll give you something to look forward to. Well, that's that then. He's got no intention of letting us meet the man beforehand, it seems.
A policeman witnessed the incident. As your judicial assistant, I must warn you that this could make our job very difficult indeed.
Yep. As a non-judicial assistant, I could have warned me of that too. Oh yeah, one more thing, Inspector. What? The person who led you to the suspect. I hear that was Mr. Herlock Sholmes. What are you bringing him up for? Was it something I said? The color is drained from his cheeks. I don't think because it was just cold. Okay, let's follow that immediately because that just got added, and we'll talk about tomorrow's trial. The next point. Who did you hear that name from? Oh, well, it was this Mr. Natsume who mentioned it. He said that Mr. Sholmes was with the police when they entered his lodgings.
I'm sure it was a result of one of Mr. Sholmes' inspirational great deductions.
Fiddle faddle!
Ah!
The man's an amateur. And I'm getting sick and tired of him showing his mug everywhere. Oh, bad blood it seems. I don't know where he gets his information from, but he turns up at the scene of the crime, wanders around spouting incomprehensible rubbish, and before you know it, he claims to have solved the case. Yeah, he's quite astounding, isn't he? And that's a word to say for sure.
He is a great help to Scotland Yard, though, isn't he?
Gibble gabble!
Ah!
Ever seen this before? Oh yeah, that's Rand's magazine.
The wonderful publication in which the adventures of Sherlock Holmes appears.
Yes, well, that wonderful publication, as you put it, sees fit to include several of the Yard's detectives in its stories. And the so-called Great Detective makes a mockery of all of us. If you ask anyone at Yard, it's a misadventure to be included in any Sherlock Holmes tale at all. Wow.
Well, I suppose there is an element of that.
We work our socks off, every one of us, only to be frumped by the public thanks to that obnoxious detective. The man's as dangerous as us at Scotland Yard as he is to all our criminals.
That can't really be true, can it, Inspector?
Clearly the Great Detective and the police have a complex relationship. For sure, for sure. Okay then. That twitchy Japanese bloke goes on trial tomorrow. Are you going to defend him or not? Well, makes no difference to me, but I will just say this. No London lawyer worth his salt would touch that case with a barge pole. Because the prosecution is being handled by the Reaper of the Bailey, you mean? There's no way to save the man now, it's a waste of time trying. It is all a bit strange, though. But, sorry? Can't name a single detective story where the police is shown in the good light. To be fair, though... Yeah, I mean, when the police force of anything like the detective force of a police department is the main focus of any kind of media, there's always a bit of a... They've always got a bit of a fall thing about them. They've always had to have, like, a dark secret or some kind of, like, dark, tragic backstory that, yeah, that doesn't really give them in the good light. I'd make an argument about the police department of the show The Thin Blue Line, but only because that is a British sitcom and it's got Rowan Atkinson in it, so they're meant to be like, haha, policemen do very funny things. Like how Rowan Atkinson plays a character who's the only, like, straight man policeman in that force, and everyone else has got a bit of a quirk to them. Batman is the closest with the Commissioner Gordon, but every other cop is Cricket. Yeah. But I mean, if you make a character be the absolute most perfect, no harm done, can do no wrong, goody two-shoes person, that's kind of a weak character. There's got to be a bit of a development to them. They've got to have they've got to be fallible in some way. Because otherwise they're just a very boring, goody two-shoes, goody all the time character, and it's like, yeah, I want a bit of spice to my characters, you know? The Reaper. He hasn't appeared in court once for a good few years now.
Yes, we did hear something to that effect.
And the only people he usually bothers with are the real scum. The master criminals, the violent ones. Master criminals? There's a reason I don't read Mickey Mouse's or DC comics, because, yeah. Yeah, that's to each their own, really.
The violent ones?
That's right. He handpicks his victims. Only deals with those guaranteed to go to the gallows for their sins. But Mr. Natsume wouldn't hang for what he's accused of, surely? Oh, that's just my point, Sunshine. Yes, the young woman was stabbed, but it didn't kill her. I couldn't even say the intent was there. So this isn't the sort of case I'd be expecting the Reaper to want to sink his teeth into, for want of a better phrase. See, even Gregson is thinking this man is vampire-coded. Well, it's not exactly a minor infraction, is it? No, there's got to be more to it. Some reason he's taking an interest.
Really? What sort of reason, Inspector?
You think I can tell you what's going on inside the head of that Lord of Darkness? You'll have to ask him yourself at tomorrow's trial.
Are we really gonna have to face the Reaper again? The Lord of Darkness, as he puts it?
The Lord of Darkness!
Well, I don't think we're gonna get any more useful information out of the detective.
The man drinks wine. Just change one of the letters in there, you get vino, which is a slang term for blood. The man is so vampire-coded. What is this, live alive? The Lord of Darkness. Oh, dear me. Yeah.
Miss Naruhodo? Can I make a suggestion?
Oh, yeah, what is it?
Well, it seems to me that we must speak with him about this.
By him, do you mean Mr. Sholmes?
Yes, Mr. Herlock Sholmes, exactly.
Look at those shining eyes. You just can't wait, can you?
Well, Mr. Natsume did blame Mr. Sholmes for all of this, didn't he?
Yes, he did. He really did. Which makes him an involved party in the case. Are you just going to ignore that? I hope not. I assure you, it's not simply my selfish desire to meet with Mr. Sholmes again.
Well, the trouble is, we have no idea of the man's address even. So how—
It's Baker Street!
How do you know that? Yunosuke, my dear child. Fair enough, you might not know, but it's— might be common knowledge, honestly.
It's in the stories, of course. 221B, Baker Street. The most famous address in the world.
Oh, I see. Well, there's nothing to stop us from going, I suppose.
We better try to find a way there before Susato-san gets any more excited and unpredictable.
Hurrah! I'll summon a carriage.
So, we're to have a reunion already with the great detective, Mr. Herlock Sholmes.
It turns out I don't think I ever presented you with the badge. Or rather the armband. For the lols, we do it. Inspector Gregson, could I show you this? Am I supposed to know what that is? I've never seen that insignia before. It's worn by defense lawyers in the Empire of Japan as a symbol of their profession. In other words, it's a worthless trinket here in Great Britain. Oh, no, it's very important to me. It shows my spirit. Smiling through gritted teeth. An English gentleman keeps things like his spirit very much to himself, I'll have you know. Oh.
Oh, don't give up, Miss Naruhodo.
It's too late. He's crushed my spirit already. It's far too late for that. I have a feeling like Naruhodo could be, one of the characters of, like, you could say, like, what are you talking about? Just crushed my spirit. My spirit is forever crushed, like, permanently. On a permanent basis. Ever since I was a wee child, my spirit has been crushed all this time, and it's never recovered. The address were not that prominent in non-English speaking countries, and, well, the stories are fresh in the universe now, too. So, fair point. Fair ruse, but, I'm trying to be silly sometimes. Alright. Guess move. A new location has been added, I can see.
Can we really visit, do you think? Oh, pinch me. I'm sure I must be dreaming.
Yep, she's very excited by this. 221B Baker Street, the home and office of the most famous detective in the world. We will go there, at least we'll go there right now, but then leave what we will see there the next time. Oh, after cutscene. Okay. This is something new with the game, like... No. I know that other games in the series do mid...
Thank you very much.
Do mid thing...
There, overlooking the street.
mid-game cutscenes. It's not just the beginning and the end that do it. Just
The residence of Mr. Herlock's showers.
Just up the road up there, the man pointed, but apparently we were right next to it. Well, it's very well appointed, I'll give you that. But we will experience more of this in the next time. It's time for me to finish now, unfortunately. I'm sorry to say. You're probably very excited to see some more Herlock, but we will definitely do that next time, because we have gotten through quite a lot today, and we're approaching a good cut-off, I think, for this. So, with all that said, more about episode 4 in the next time we play this. You have been a wonderful audience in the live stream that I've done this in, and also in the YouTubes that we're doing the episode uploads to. So yeah, for people in the Twitch, if you didn't know, if you want to catch this up later in the future, we will make the highlight on Twitch for a time, but then we will upload it permanently onto the Laura Petal VOD YouTube channel in a week's time, so look forward to that there. Use the link there if you want to follow through. If you are watching this currently on the YouTube as well and enjoyed what you see, thank you for enjoying. I hope you did. And if you did, if you want to let me know by leaving a comment, leaving a like, maybe even subscribing and hitting the bell, that will let you know when future YouTube uploads come up in the future. Or better yet, come to the Twitch stream on Tuesdays, Thursdays and Saturdays for usual, where we will do the live broadcasts. And you can enjoy, maybe even right now, as you finish this episode, I might be online right now doing some stream shenanigans. So come along and check it out if you'd like to. But for the time being, we will finish it here. You've been wonderful. I hope you stay awesome. And I will join you for the next stream of Great Ace Attorney coming up very, very soon. Until then, thank you so much and take care of yourselves.